bit.
Hey folks, how's it going? It is Monday and we're playing some Minecraft again with Jeffrey and Nix. Hope you all had a good weekend.
Dragon Ball and Iron Maiden logo.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful to see.
Cool. Let's have a look.
Want to build more here? It's all in the same teams. I'm not gonna do it somewhere else. I'm just extending it to the track a bit. Lisa's also coming, but she's making vegan pigs in the blend.
Oh, nice.
Wait 1 second. Ze zijn vegan, toch? Oh, they're vegetarians. Dus met melk? Yeah, the difference between vegetarian and vegan is if I can eat it.
Okay.
Because a lot of vegetarian stuff here is made from milk. Oh no, I can eat it even though it's called vegetarian. There's egg in it, but I can eat egg. I can't. I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Not as bad as I used to be. I can eat a milk chocolate bar. As child
Right.
I couldn't.
Ah.
But I used to buy these vegetarian hamburgers, and they were on 100% milk basis. And because it was like this big chunk of nothing but milk, technically, I was got like really sick from those. So that's still too much.
Yeah.
So I have to eat vegan only, even though
Yeah, at least you know it's safe that way.
yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of food allergies as a child. And the funny thing about it, I think, is that the only one I actually didn't have was peanut. And I always felt like that's the most common one, but I didn't have that one.
Yeah, that'd be quite an unfortunate one because peanuts and a lot of nuts seem to make their way into a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa says lactose intolerance is the most common one.
Ah, I suppose I know certain cultures are wholly lactose intolerant.
Yeah, a lot of people around me have the peanut one,
Ah,
so that's why. So, but I never had that one. But like my cousin as a child, he if he only was in the same room where people would make peanut based, well, that's I don't know if that's very common outside of our country and our colonies because it comes from Indonesia. Is we make like this peanut sauce, but you eat it warm.
okay, yeah,
It's like a warm and spicy peanut butter basically,
yes,
and you make it in a pan. So if someone in my family was making that sauce and it was cooking, the smell spreading through a house, he couldn't even be inside.
oh right,
That's
yeah,
how heavy his peanut allergy was. I had like milk, banana, strawberries,
oh dear, yeah,
more, some more, but they all went away except the. At, at least it's some small portion the milk. Oh, and eggs. I also was allergic to eggs as a child.
ah, yeah, that's not good.
And asthma. Everything went away at the same time when I went into puberty.
Yeah, I know lots of these things you can grow out of, but some you don't.
Yeah, like my cousin still has the same allergies.
Some of them you grow into.
Oh
Also
yes,
that, yes. Also that, yes. 1 sec, wat zei je? Ja, dat zijn niks meer. Sorry, I I said in Dutch to Lisa that what she said is what Nick said.
Right. Hey there, Potato Fry. How's it going? Hope you're having a good Monday.
And I was allergic to contact things, to wool, rubber, anything plastic anyway, so I couldn't wear like polyester
Oh, right.
and metal.
Yeah.
So even if my mother would buy me like jeans which are made from like organic fabric, she would still have to sew things over the button. Because if
Yeah.
I would touch the skin, I would become a lobster.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But I'm not sad that that's all just went away.
I've been very fortunate and very thankful that yeah, anything to do with food is just minor intolerance. It doesn't really hurt me, but I probably get an ache. So I'm very happy that I've been lucky.
I'm also happy that even though I had the asthma and a lot of allergies, that I didn't have the one for animals. A lot of people have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm allergic to most short-furred animals. Cats I can be allergic to. Sort of. I've been around a lot of cats now, which thankfully means I've got some sort of tolerance. But I think as the weather got colder, I think the cats were changing their fur and they were losing a lot of fur. So I was kind of reacting to a lot of the excess fur kind of being around.
I actually think I have a mild cat allergy as well. Now, because
Yeah.
I've always had cats all my life and never had any problems with it.
Yeah.
But if I was in a cat cafe, we don't go anymore. That's like an overdose of cats at 14 in one room.
Yeah.
And if I was there a long time, my eyes started to itch and difficult bleeding and stuff.
Yeah, I found going to the cat cafe, I would have to take antihistamine to go there, but I'm fine around Damien. As long as I don't pick him up and sniff him, I'm okay. Hey, Tuttle.
Was someone sending you?
Yes, yeah, Cronus. I'm not caring enough to find out what they refer to. In case it's a troll.
It's the White House.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's the White House. None of us is American, so we don't care much.
No, I don't really care much for America.
I care less about where their president lives.
Exactly. Did not want to click on that.
Yeah, someone told you the exact coordinates to the White House.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
No.
I have this PlayStation sweatpants
Right.
with the PlayStation logo and some Japanese text on it that I haven't translated, but on the other leg is coordinates randomly.
Oh.
So I typed those in once, and it's the Japanese head office of Sony.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, I just think it's so weird. I've never seen that as a design. Like it was a first.
Yeah.
I want to like finish your any of you two about your Minecraft things outside of Monday. You have the login for my server thing. Otherwise I'll send it again.
Sure. I can't remember if you've sent it or not. Might have done at some point.
Go to the Aterno site and you just press on make server go live.
Cool.
I mean, it would be nice if I could run it 24/7 like my friend does with my other server.
Yeah, those things cost money though.
Yeah, not if you do it locally, but as my friend does on his Raspberry.
Yeah.
To do that, you've got to like open some ports on your main router.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you'd have to open it up to the world and sort of.
He lives on his, with his girlfriend, but in their own house, and he's the owner of the router, so he can like open it if he wants. But I use my father's router, and I can't just.
No.
I don't think he would like it to tell him like I'm gonna open this to the whole world.
Yeah, it opens up risk and extra traffic and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I noticed when I play with him.
Hmm.
The Raspberry, he didn't lock or whatever it at all.
Huh.
But sometimes we can actually see like within the log of the Raspberry what's happening.
Yes.
That some people actually do go in and just look around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And we even had some people joining our server. We banned them. And you can also see that trying to re-enter even after being banned, because the Raspberry does, pick that up.
Yeah. So that's that means that's completely public then. So
Yeah.
you can kind of add extra things to make it private, but then that's even more work on the router, and not all routers can have those settings. It's yeah, it gets complicated.
Yeah, he says he just doesn't care. He said like his main computer is safe enough that you cannot really enter it from the network anyway without his permission.
Yeah.
That's where all the stuff is on the Raspberry. All this it's running a Minecraft server, and you have some music on it. He streams to his house. So he says yeah.
Hmm.
And he says that I don't know much about it, but he said they can only look around. They cannot like add files or delete files of this. They can just like enter and see what's happening.
Cool. Yeah, he's probably got it set up so it's like a guest account, which allows to kind of run things, like to connect to Minecraft and access stuff, but yeah, not a full account.
Yeah.
Still kind of worrying in some ways that anyone can just connect and look at it, but that's how people make their own web servers. You could put a web page on there and host your own web page rather than have to pay to have your website somewhere.
I think he does the same as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's an IT person. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I listen. I don't know much further. But he's done with computers actually. He hates it. He hates that's the only thing he can do. He's trying to get at least like really educated into a new profession. He wants to become a forester.
Oh, that's a bit different. Probably get as far away from a computer as possible.
He wants to walk around the forest and
Yeah, I can understand that.
No.
You don't get any error messages in the forest. No broken printers.
No, he wasn't that kind of IT person. He did like software development.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately like everything from above. Like I'm software development. I'm kind of like tech support. I'm printer support. Even for support for things I don't even know anything about.
Yeah, he never did anything with support in a company. He just worked at companies where they were developing things.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of nice, but at the same time, I can see it being very like boring and like repetitive, and yeah, you're just having to work on the thing they give you. Sometimes they give you like a little section, and you just work on that little section.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with it.
No, that's understandable. Unfortunate where I am at the moment, that I pretty much get given an entire project. Like, I'm working on like the staff timing system, so like what tracks people when they come into work, when they leave work, and like you can like scan like a staff card, and it logs that they've turned up for work. So I've taken a Raspberry Pi and I've made like a whole thing out of it where they can wave a card in front of it and says, yes, you're now clocked in for work.
1 second, I'll put it down. Just try to get your chat a bit active.
Thank you. What are we building today? Very good question. We are building a building. For this little space above the tunnel needs like a building on top of it. So I'm going to put something just here. Probably get a copy of one of these buildings that Nick's has built over here. At least copy the design so it looks in keeping with the neighbourhood.
Yeah, I've been reading the Dragon Ball manga, so I'm gonna see
Ah, nice.
the Dragon Ball. And then you build it. I just finished Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Nice.
And I'm gonna make Piccolo.
Cool.
Piccolo needs no skin color. Well, his skin color is green. made it when I need more colors than Minecraft has. You have space for it in your bar below.
Yeah, I'm to switch them out. Yeah, I've noticed after I've been looking at the numbers, not that it really matters, but the numbers of kind of like activity of people that watch the streams, and yeah, Mondays seem to be very quiet for me. Hey, Lisa. Oh, those call emotes.
Thank you. Look at photo campaign.
Well, yeah, I do notice with you that a lot of your gaming viewers have disappeared,
Yeah,
and you mostly get people that like coding now.
yeah, it seems to be a more popular thing. Like when I was doing a lot of Lego stuff, or people used to turn up for Lego, but they're not so interested in Minecraft or Stardew, which doesn't matter too much because I'm playing it to relax, and anyone who comes along is just a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have quite an active chat on the coding streams.
Well, what also is the thing that I always talk a lot in the streams,
Oh, yeah, this as well.
and on the day I stream yourself, I'm not active in your chat.
True.
So that will also take down the number, the statistics you get from Twitch.
Yeah, that's only gonna be by one though.
No, fair. No, it's only like viewers. I thought you were looking at messages.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so only sort of because even like people like hang out, I sometimes see people kind of people lurking and stuff. But yeah, even those lurking on a Monday is quite low.
I never look at my stats.
No, I don't usually, but I can't remember what it was now. I think it was mainly I was looking at all my YouTube stuff as well. And it kind of brings up YouTube likes to remind you of stats, whereas Twitch doesn't tend to bother so much.
Well, you get the email after,
Yeah.
but I never really open it.
Yeah, I usually skim through those kind of emails. I'll open them just to read them, and I don't tend to actually read them and just say, well, yeah, that's been read now. Yeah, this Raspberry Pi unit I've designed for work should see a finished product next week, because our main kind of head office is in the south, and my boss works down there. He's going to be bringing up a finished unit. So I built a prototype, just putting the bits together. It wasn't very pretty, but just kind of just to see if it would work, and sent the design down to head office for them to build properly. And yeah, they've practically finished one. Hopefully it'll be fully finished by Friday, and it'll come up to be installed next week. Yeah, so I'll get to see my designed Raspberry Pi unit, sort of in its box with all the proper connections. And that's going to replace like a £1,000 unit. That's the company that we're renting these boxes from. So it's going to save a bit of money, which the company is very happy about. So what? Rather than, I think it's like 7 or 8 units we need to put in around the country. So that's like that's about like £7,000 if we went back to this company to do it, or we just get Raspberry Pis instead.
And they could compensate you with what you pay them.
Yeah, but they employ me. I have a job. That means everything I do they own.
Yeah.
So I get nothing. Just turn up the next day, carry on working. But you never know, maybe they're more thankful at the end of the year.
Do you have something called the 13th month?
Don't think so. What's that?
It's in the Netherlands. I don't know if it still exists, but it used to be a thing. It depends from company. It's not a nationwide thing. It's just companies decide to do it. That in December,
Okay.
the holidays you get twice your pay. Whatever
Oh.
it is, you get it twice. So you get 13 months paid a year.
Oh right. No. We don't get that. The most we'd have would be like a little extra money at the end of the year as a bonus. But no, they don't pay us like an extra month.
Gonna check food again.
Okay. They're not even sure we'll get the extra money this year, because it's all depending whether we do good as a business. If we make a lot of sales, and they go, well done for making sales, everyone gets money now. But it's been quite hard this year for selling plants. It's not been the good weather. Yeah, a lot of the companies would sell the plants to haven't been doing well.
There's somewhere there's a actually I'm at the same time checking if my Minecraft thing is correct. It is. Somewhere within you, like a wish, you have to like being able to stop working at a tech support person and like completely use your coding only for your own business or whatever.
Yeah, that'll be quite nice. I think it'll be a little bit more stressful as well, I suppose, because you'd have to like run the business and all that. But
That's true.
I think if I could be my own boss and do my own thing, and that'd be kind of nice in some ways. But yeah, at the moment I'm quite happy knowing that no matter how much work I'm doing, I still get paid at the end of the month.
Yeah. Safety is nice.
Mm. But maybe if at some stage maybe I will work for another company that is just like coding for games, maybe, or something a bit more fun. Because the most fun probably has been these Raspberry Pi units, because that's something different. It's not just here's a screen with reports on about how many things we're selling. Which can present its own challenges sometimes, but the company is a lot more simple than it used to be, so don't need to do anything too complicated anymore. At one stage I was having to think up ways to kind of deal with situations which isn't kind of like a normal start to finish progression. Like I remember the one thing they came up with is that they had like extra plants like left over, like just random different plants that how to describe, so they couldn't sell them, so they were like, well, we made like several thousand, well, we've grown several thousand of this plant, we still have like 100 left, nobody is buying these plants anymore. So we said, okay, we'll make a deal where we sell the plants cheap, but the customer does not know what the plant is until they get it.
Surprise boxes.
Yeah, like a surprise box of plants. So, but because there was a few different ones, they would put a good mix of different plants together and then send the customer that, and they just get these random plants to sell. But that's, in theory, that's okay. You just take the plant, you put it on to a trolley, and you send it to customer. But how does the computer know what plants you've sent?
Yeah.
So I had to make a system just to deal with that. So we had to like log each plant that was put into an order, to make a new order, because normally the customer says, I want these plants, you make the order goes to the greenhouse gets the plants, puts them onto a trolley goes to customer. But we're doing it backwards, we're getting the plants, putting on the trolley, going to the computer, making the order, and then sending to customer. And even more complicated, that the plants have like a little tag you stick in the pot to tell you what the plant is. So we had to then send somebody out to get all the right tags to put in the plants. So it was getting the plants, putting the plants on the computer, making a list of all the label tags to send to someone to go and get those to put onto the order, and then make some paperwork to send to the customer. So that was very interesting to try and make, to make it work with the system we already had. And then they decided, actually that's too complicated, let's not do that anymore. We did that for like 1 year and then gave up. And decided just to sell everything before it got to that stage. I'm definitely having more fun doing game dev coding. 'Cause it's different. It's more of a challenge. It's like, well, I've never done this before. Let's find out how we do it.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about coding.
Yeah, it can be fun. Sort of just making things change colour on the screen, maybe. Even though I'm making a website. Let's go, well, I want to have it this colour with this picture. And you click a button and it happens. And a lot of it is just this thing now equals that thing. And it runs and does the thing equals that thing. I have thought about doing like coding teaching, like basic level stuff. Thought that could be interesting to do, so teach people.
Like, is it paid servers or just for fun on the internet?
It depends if it's probably for like small paid service, because it's not going to be full color qualification, but it's like, well, I want to learn how to do things, I can help. But I don't have enough time to kind of like schedule in too many people. So I think I kind of ended up doing that when I was at college, because I was understanding the college work very quickly, and I would often finish all my work before a lot of people, and there'd be people asking like, I don't understand this, can you help? And yeah, I would end up kind of teaching people and helping them finish their college work.
They paid you for that?
Nah, so these are like just other college people, so it's like those people I had in my class. But it did get to a stage at college that I ended up knowing more than the teacher, because the teacher only knew what they were supposed to teach us, but not anything extra. So I ended up learning extra bits myself. Because again, college was like a little boring, because it's like, well, this is all very simple stuff. What about the really complicated stuff? And go, no, we don't do the complicated stuff.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished. I finished everything with the coding stuff at college, but I didn't get the qualification because they needed me to do extra kind of like writing courses and stuff, like writing in English, and so doing like essays, and I was not good at the essays, so I didn't get the qualification. Which is a shame, because I was one of the best on everything else. But the good thing is now I have a qualification that I did as a apprenticeship with my company.
And let's say you did like finish the writing courses, then what would you have like a
It was a BTEC is what they refer to. I'm not sure internationally what that would be. It's kind of like a level. Yeah, it would be like a level 3 qualification.
no,
what is-
no,
No, what is a BTEC? It's a. Let's have a quick Google.
in Dutch we have like after high school you have some things that are not international and starts international from associate's degree,
Hmm.
then bachelor, then master, then PhD.
Okay. Yeah, BTEC qualifications involve written reports, presentations, solving mathematical problems. So yeah, I was good on everything but the written reports. Yeah, what does BTEC actually mean? It's a diploma. What does BTEC mean? Okay, Business and Technology Education Council. Doesn't really say much. Okay, A level. It's supposed to be the same as a English A level.
Be right back.
Okay.
But in England you do have like masters and bachelor and stuff.
Oh yeah, so it would go after the BTEC because it goes level. So after school you'd be like level 1, level 2, which they count as a first diploma, and like a national diploma is a level 3. So I've got a level 3 in software design now through work doing the apprenticeship. Was it software engineering design? I've got as a level 3, which is it's like a mid-level.
I think that's the same. We call it MBO, which is middelbaar beroepsonderwijs. The
Okay.
mid-level beroep. Let me explain.
Yeah.
So that's below the university grades.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Because if I wanted to, I could go like one higher and do like a. What would be higher than level 3? Because I think a level 4 gets up to like a master's degree, I think.
so in sorry, I'm eating quick in a blanket.
It's
So
okay.
in Dutch educational system after high school,
Yeah.
it's funny because this is where translation gets weird anyway, is that the translation to high school in Dutch is, if I translate the word literally back, is middle school.
Right. Yeah.
If I translate college, so not university, but like college level, bachelor level back, like from Dutch, we get high school.
Right.
So that's why I have to like connect the dots in my head again when it's. So if we finish what you know is high school,
Yes.
depending on the level you do in, because Dutch high school is, I haven't seen this in other countries, but it's divided into 5 levels.
Right.
And I don't mean like classes, but like when you're in elementary school in the last year, they decide you're this amount smart or not. You go from the lowest level to the highest level, and that's where you finish your high school for the 5 years.
Gotcha.
That's
Uh,
why.
Huh?
That way, no one has like, as to experience it as like in America the fear of failure and being in the same class as the real smart people.
Right.
So what level of high school you were allowed to do because of your IQ or whatever depends on um, where you can start in higher education, so be it university or bachelor level or whatever. It's not like it's set in stone. If you fail in high school, you can be put down to a lower level high school, or if you suddenly excel, you can like skip grades and go to the. But I think what you did would be translate to MBO, which would translate to mid-level profession education in Dutch,
Okay, that sounds probably about right.
which has 4 levels, which are basically the qualification. If you have the third or fourth, depends on the type of course, you can start on a bachelor level next year,
Yeah.
which is something you can skip if you're in the highest level of high school.
Right.
If you're in the very highest one, which would translate to what's that basically like advanced scientific education, I think.
Okay.
MBO,
Yeah.
which is a 6-year high school course. That's the highest you can get. That's also the only one that has an option for doing it for getting Latin,
Oh, okay.
which is what you need to become a doctor here.
Ah.
If you do that one, you can immediately start in university level. And the difference between what we call high school, which would basically translate to college or not college, university, is that on college you can only get bachelor.
Right. Yeah.
University you can get bachelor and master and PhD.
Right.
But college bachelor is 4 years. They give you an extra year because you're quote unquote on a lower level in university. In university, you have to do your bachelor within 3 years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That.
And, sorry?
I was going to say, yeah. That sounds very much familiar. Yeah.
But it's the same bachelor, so it doesn't matter if you've done the 4-year college one or the 3-year university one. You can still go to the master.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that part depends. Like we said, like the advanced. It's weird to translate these things. Scientific education, you immediately can go to a bachelor of. But in the end, there's no real difference when it comes to time loss because the highest high school level has 6 years.
Right.
Takes away, and then you can do a 3-year bachelor and a 2 years master. If you do the one grade lower, which is called HAVO, is higher level. Translate another word. Oh, I translated wrong. It's not advanced, it's secondary because it's after elementary school because it's secondary. So the highest one is called secondary scientific education.
Right.
Then one lower, which is a 5-year high school, is higher general secondary education.
Okay.
But that one's 5-year, and that one qualifies you for the 4-year bachelor and then the 2 years master. So it doesn't really matter because if you put in the other class, you're doing 6 years and then the 3 years master.
Right.
So there's not much difference there. And below that, you cannot go to college or university, and you have to go first to the MBO, so the mid-level professional education.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
And there's 3 levels, and it starts from like, okay, you're a bit less smart, so but you do get classes with like math and English and Dutch, with writing, to the very lowest one, which only teaches you to work with your hands.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And even below that, we have a school for people that are so unfit for school, but even probably in England as well, we have like mandatory. Education is not something you can choose to do; it's mandatory, and if you don't, your parents get a big fine.
Right. Yeah. 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 The parents here have to send the children to some kind of school, otherwise, yeah. That's fine.
We also have this schooling system called. I don't know what to translate low-level education,
Right.
and you actually do not get a diploma for that. You cannot qualify for anything with that, but that's just a place where you're sent. If you're 12 years old, you're just really not smart, and your parents cannot keep you at home or send you to work already.
Right.
So you have to sit somewhere, till you're 16, till the law says you're allowed to leave.
Okay.
Then you probably end up working somewhere without qualifications.
Yeah.
I haven't met many of those people, but I've met some, and
Okay.
that's really for people that are just not like mental handicaps, because there's also special schools for, but just people that are so not smart that they decided like we will never need to do qualifications for the type of work you will do.
Gotcha.
So we're
Yeah.
not going to give you any. But I've seen a lot of education types.
Right. Yeah.
I started from elementary school to the scientific one, with the highest one.
Okay.
Within 2 years, I dropped down one grade,
Ah.
one level, to the higher general secondary education one for the 5 year instead of the 6.
Right.
There, I got myself kicked out of high school.
Ah.
I was there, and I was 16, and at that point, because I was in 3rd grade high school basically, so that's 1 year before what I can do. You have like the American system of like junior and senior.
Yeah. Kind of.
Like our high school is in half as well. Like the first half and the second half is very focused on like finishing, and that's maybe we got like senior.
Yeah. I think the closest we would have would be like for the secondary school, the high school. If you didn't go directly to a college, you could stay there to be as an extra year, as like a senior. Not in the same way as Americans would.
Whatever you do, it's literally split in half.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Not quite half.
And the main difference is the first 3 years of high school you need to take every class that's offered by your type you're in.
Right.
Divided between the 5.
Hmm.
From your 3rd year on, and that depends on how high your high school is. Like the lower levels only have 4 years of high school, so they only have 1 year of those. Higher education has 3 years, the scientific education.
Okay.
There you pick your own classes. So
Okay. Yeah. We do have something similar because we have the GCSE qualifications in schools. So that the first 3 years is like every subject, but then you pick which subjects you want to actually qualify in GCSE.
yeah, that's the same here. And like the years that you have your own picked out subject, it's what I would like translate to senior now.
Right. Okay.
And I was kicked out the year before I was able to become a senior. And that point, the first 3 years and the last 2, 3, 1, depends where you are like a very important point.
Yeah.
And because I was kicked out in my first 3 years, that didn't really matter. I did my first 3. I could have just like not finished the first.
Right.
I had no
Yeah.
qualifications to enroll in another school. If I would have kicked out in the 4th year, so the year I would have picked my classes, then at least I would have some kind of save point, so to speak.
Yeah.
There wasn't, and what happened is that they sent me to the school for what I said, the mid-level profession
Yes.
one, which also has levels, and below that's like which I only translated to low-level profession education.
Yes.
This is just like for to get you 2 years of training to become a whatever garbage man.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but that's what it is. So that's where I had to go. So I had to go to the lowest of the low.
Right. Yeah.
I went there. They gave me an IQ test and a personality test, and they said to my parents and me, like, yeah, you know what fucked up. We're not even gonna let you enroll here
Oh.
because this is for the people that only can work with their hands and not with their minds, and this one comes from the highest education level, but you've wasted it. But the mind is there, and even there he was bored and left the school. What do you think he's gonna do when we force him to learn how to wash a bear? Literally, I had my subject, my class sheet in front of me before I had to sign it,
Right.
and they wouldn't even give me languages at that point. I would get like elementary school level maths to keep up,
Right.
some kind of spelling check class, but not real language class. So that was a lot of sports, cooking,
Okay.
childcare, and carpentry.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with anyone working in those professions, but they said like, yeah, we're not gonna give this to this person.
Oh.
In the end, if it wouldn't have worked out, they would have been, legally obligated to keep me, but they said we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
It's not a smart choice. Then in my country we have a high school for dropouts, but you're only allowed to go in when you're 18. That's for if somebody. The nickname for that is called the Mothers High School.
Right.
And the thought behind it is that it was mostly done by girls that got pregnant quite early,
Yeah.
dropped out of high school, and when their child was a bit older, they were like, I still want to have my education, I'm going to do it in the evening.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's why the nickname was the Mother High School.
Okay. Yeah.
We had that conversation with the director or whatever you want to call it of that school, but I had to be 18, and they did decide to give me with the weirdest loophole to give me a chance.
Okay.
But then I had to stay registered at a normal high school, but because they didn't want me back, but still registered, I had to take my classes in the evening among the adults.
Right.
But because what I said before, that I had no save point, they had nothing on paper where to put me.
Yeah.
And these adult high schools only give the senior year, so the years where you pick your classes.
Got yeah.
And because there was no save point, no legal save point on paper, like Jeffrey has done this in his life, there was nothing. They put me on the highest level of the lowest three, so before you can go to university, just the one just below the university one. So
Oh right. Yeah.
below the general, the higher general, I said, which is literally translated to theory high school. So it's the first one where you get theory instead of working with your hands. They said you can do this for 1 year. Prove yourself, and then we'll continue.
Oh right.
So I did that. Then I did 2 years of the higher one again, so, to just get my high school diploma to go to university.
Yeah.
So I've literally seen all levels of high school except the lowest of the low.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I've been all places.
That's a lot of school. I was glad I didn't have to do too much school. There's things I enjoyed, but it's very tedious still.
Yeah, I never enjoyed that. In the evening, I liked it with the adults, and it was more. They were more serious, and honestly, I loved the not having to wake up at 7.
But yeah, I bet.
Was great. My first year of college, I've done the evening school for 4 years. I've done the They just randomly, like I said, gave me the last year for the exam year of the lower one, just to have me prove myself before they would enroll me in the higher one again.
Right, yeah.
Then they enrolled me in the first senior year, so the fourth year of the higher one. I did 2 years. I failed my exams
Ah.
once. That was because of mental issues.
Mm.
We had to really do like 2 or 3 classes. Math, economics, and geography. It's funny, like the thing what I failed 3 classes, but what I did do is I re-enrolled in all of them.
Right.
No wait, I didn't fail math. I only failed 2, geography and economics. But the thing is, I didn't want. I didn't. The other classes, I didn't really need to pass them all. I didn't really pass them with very high grades.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna re-enroll in them all, and let's see if I can like bump them. So if I fail again, because like the average also counts. You can have some fail. You can have 2 failing grades on your final exams in Netherlands.
Right.
Whereas the orders are only when the orders are very high.
Right.
So it like averages out. I didn't have that. I had like barely passing grade and 2 failing ones, so I had to do those 2 I had to do over. Decided to re-enroll in all for one to like bump the other ones up, so I could maybe like have some breathing space.
Right, yeah.
And 2, I didn't want to do only 2 classes for the whole year. I wanted to have a bit more to do.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So I re-enrolled in all except English.
Mm.
Because I hated my English teacher so much in evening school that I decided to like, I'm just gonna take the gamble and keep it on like a barely passing grade there because I cannot stand that woman 1 more year.
Yeah, I can understand
She
that.
was insane. Like in the end, I could have re-enrolled because she was fired.
Oh, right.
Same year. It was her only year there. She was fired because she was too insane.
Right.
And what you must understand is that in the Netherlands, maybe in England as well, we have a very shortage of high school teachers.
Right, yeah.
Very big shortage. Like Umi told me, there's tons of teachers in front of a class that aren't even qualified. Because let's say there's a very big shortage of Dutch teachers.
Right, yeah.
They randomly put a math or a history teacher in front of some classes because there's so little teachers. Then they're like, just fake it. You know the language. Go.
Oh, wow.
The mate even told us that when he was doing job interviews for being a teacher,
Yeah.
he was asked a lot if he also wanted to teach Dutch or other things.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that's a lot. And what I can tell you about that general teacher shortage, having to teach evening school from 5 till 11 p.m. is even less popular among the teachers.
Oh, yeah.
So evening school had a very big shortage of teachers. Like I had 1 teacher that gave 6 classes in the school.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
He
kind of
gave
thing.
2 types of math, physics, science,
Hmm.
IT, like 3 types of math. But he gave 6 classes. In the end, I found out he didn't even have a teacher's diploma.
Oh, wow.
He was the only one that worked there without a teacher's diploma.
Yeah.
But they just gave him because he had a master's in both math and in science.
Hmm.
So they were like, the subjects, just go, we pay you.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice, he was a great teacher, honestly. But
Yeah, it's probably a natural teacher. He just didn't get qualification.
But imagine how desperate they were for teachers, and even this woman was so crazy that even that school was like, I said half in Dutch, sorry, was like, you know what? We'd rather struggle again a year to find someone to beg people to come teach here because we cannot continue with you.
Hmm.
she was. I'm not even making fun. She was like clinically insane. She would say very weird, unhinged things in
Mm.
class, and she even once. Well, she was a bad teacher, so there has been a complaint about her.
Right.
Those are always anonymous.
Yes.
What does this woman do? Because I refuse to teach someone that complains about me. Yeah, but we will not tell you who it was. Okay, she said. Then
Hmm.
suddenly is it, oh, the how do you say it, like leader?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to say, but like the woman that was she was a woman in my school that was in charge of like everything.
Right. Yeah.
School director, whatever.
Yeah. It might be like head teacher in some school. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like that. She was a very strict woman, by the way, but I loved her. She was very strict, and she was a prominent member of the Dutch Socialist Party, and the Dutch Socialist Party is like has their form of socialism is based on old school Maoism. So she, there is very like militant, uh, no nonsense people that are very against everything that has to do with conform or like whatever.
Gotcha.
Very
Yeah.
strict.
Mm.
She would drive a very old car that you would have to that you didn't turn on with a key, but with one of those things you turn with like a handle
Okay.
in like the 60s.
Yeah.
And she was very strict. You didn't want to be on her bedside, but she would always follow the rules. If you had a problem, like
Hmm.
teachers in my whole life, I've noticed would be like lazy or see. She would always make sure everything was according to the rule. So she walks through the hallway and she sees like 30 students standing and sitting around in front of a class, like a classroom.
Yeah.
And she's like, why are you all not inside? I see the teacher sitting there, you're not walking in. And the only answer we had was, she locked the door.
Hmm.
It's like, why? I said, she locked the door because she forced us to say who's the only one that did the complaint about us.
Right.
The person didn't step forward. I wasn't it, by the way. So,
Hmm.
until this day, I don't know who was, but I'm not surprised it happened.
No.
She said the only solution to not having to teach a student that complains about me is to stop teaching at all.
Yeah.
But she was really weird things like stopping class to tell us weird stories that she lost her child to her ex-husband that kidnapped the child and was her daughter, and with name and age and everything she would tell. And this is already weird to tell, when you go to teach English. But I had in another class she would tell the same story, but then it was her son instead of her daughter, so she didn't even have her own life straight.
Right.
She claimed to be a personal friend of Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
And Nelson Mandela died the year that we had class with her.
Hmm.
And she forced everyone, she was crying, and she forced every one of us to shake her hand and wish her condolences.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
No.
One, I think is professional, and two, you were not a close friend of Nelson Mandela.
No.
You were not. So she refused to teach me, she kicked me out, and I would go to the socialist woman again,
Yeah.
stay with her. All these things. There's a lot of rumors she had sex with a student,
Oh.
which sounds very bad, but if you realize what school I was in, that everyone was between 20 and 30, it's a bit less bad, but still.
It's still bad,
Weird.
but not that bad.
And she did very weird things, like would have like tests based on books. You would have to read a book for the language subject. You always had to like read a book, and then you.
Yes.
We need to have a more cover.
Okay.
You would have to read a book, you will get a test about that, and and it's not that uncommon for people to just read like the how do you say, to read the Wikipedia page of the book and just go into the test.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I've done that sometimes as well. Sometimes it worked out.
Hmm.
That's like it happened. But the teachers always say no Wikipedia, just read the book. No, don't find like a abridged version. I don't know how to say.
Yeah,
Read the
like a
book,
summary.
summary. This woman said, I know that happens, so since you're doing that anyway, I'm gonna stop giving you class and only will teach you how to cheat on book tests.
Right.
And we were like, we kind of just want normal class.
Hmm.
Then she even put it further, like, you're not taking me seriously. If normal teachers will give you a failing grade if they notice you're faking it and not read the book. If I noticed any of you have read the book I assigned you, I will fail you.
What? Yeah.
We had English debate in her class, and in the end, a lot of people, even though it went okay, got failing grades. Then she said, yeah, the first couple I was okay with it, but the thing is, it bored me after the fourth one that you all were either speaking with a Dutch accent, or if you were accentless, it was mostly like English or close to American.
Right.
Like, okay. Yeah, I wanted from that point to hear different accents. Speak English with a German accent. Speak English with a accent. Otherwise, you're failing.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, that's the reason people complained, and that's why she was fired.
Yeah.
I-
Does sound absolutely yeah, crazy.
yeah, she was, and that's the whole reason I was like, okay, I need to take every class again to bump up things, but fuck English.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna, because no one told me she was fired.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna do that again. And there's also a funny part about that because I redid all my classes, and math wasn't failing. On my second time, I failed math.
Ah.
I failed math so badly they couldn't give me my diploma.
Oh no.
But they were kind of like very panicking because the year before I had a passing grade for math.
Yeah.
So the system was a bit confused because at this point of time I had failed and passed at the same time because in the end the numbers added up. But
Yeah.
in a way they didn't.
Hmm.
And I was one of the, and but at first I was very scared because everyone got their their grade sheet with you have diploma blah blah blah, or you have a, you need to, if you like failed slightly only one grade you could do like a retest because you could, of like the 8 subjects we had, you could always redo one.
Yes.
um, and you would get a sheet of paper with you failed, you passed, or you failed so bad you had to redo the year, you failed, you can do still try one again. And I got a sheet of paper that only said report to head office now.
Right.
I was like, fuck, they think I cheated over there, but because that's problematic. Like because it's like it's national exams. It's the last one. It's like a national thing. You can even get like in legal trouble if you cheat on those.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't, but let's say it looked like I did. Then how try to disprove that? So I went there, sharing myself, like what's happening. I actually did cheat, by the way, but I ended up preparing for cheating, but didn't. But I was afraid I knew.
Yeah.
And he explained to me, he was like, okay, listen, you failed math this year, and we can do one thing. You will get your diploma, but it will take me to send like 5 or 6 letters to like the Ministry of Education for like the national thing, the country, and they will use the grade from last year, and then it's fine. He said, but that will take like 2 or 3 weeks. He said it's only one grade, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna take the retest next week. Use your one redo.
Yeah.
Study for that, and you will pass math this year.
Right. Yeah.
In case you fail again this year, then I will send a letter and it will be fine. But just save me the work, he said.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone ever has been so relaxed in a redo of a national exam as me, because I knew that even if I failed, it didn't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
All I knew was I would pass.
Hmm.
It would just take 2 or 3 weeks extra, so I saved my. Someone was in like the what do you say? So not the head, but someone was in like the paperwork accountant or whatever. I saved him some trouble.
Yeah.
Fine, I passed that one, and we didn't have to send the letters.
Oh, nice.
But I have been in limbo of failing and cheating in my last year for like a week. It was very weird feeling.
Hmm. Yeah, I can
Because
imagine.
was already celebrating because I knew it was fine, but it still didn't feel like that because I still had to do the redo. Now, what I did with the cheating, I ended up not using it, but what I did is when we had final exams, we all already had smartphones and crap.
Yeah.
We had to show the teachers where our smartphone was because you were allowed to go to the bathroom.
Right. Yeah.
And if you had your smartphone, you could check up things, and they didn't go in with you because that's harassment.
Hmm.
So you had to show, like physically show, here's my smartphone. I will put it in my normal bag. I will leave it at you. They had to know where it was, and they had to know it was not on your body.
Yeah.
After the third test, I remembered I had my old phone.
Ah. Right.
So what I did, I took my old phone. It's not like iPhones look that different from each other. I showed them like, look, it's off. There's the button. Side look, it's not going on. That was also, wouldn't have it on because it would go off.
Hmm.
I put it in my bag. Y'all seeing my own thing. I'm like, cool. I went to sit. I went to make my test, and I had a working smartphone in my pants.
Ah.
I told them I need to pee. I went. I was in the, doors locked, and I just couldn't. In the end,
Hmm.
I just couldn't take out the phone.
Ah.
So in the end, I didn't cheat, but the fact I did that little trick with the old phone was something that was playing in my head when I was about to head over now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They even back then I didn't need glasses yet, but they even checked everyone's glasses if it were not like Google glasses as well.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
It was 2015. Those already existed. Watches had to be checked. It is not smartwatch, but it was normal watch.
Yeah. I've not even considered all that. Like when I was doing like my tests, you couldn't even have a calculator on your phone at that point.
No. But even then, like things change quickly. Like there's a big difference between us two, I think, when it comes to high school already.
Yeah.
But even in my years, it was like you go to school with books in your bag. The teacher writes on our boards. We got smart boards in my final 2 years. We all got like the teachers got smart boards
Yes.
connected to their PC, which even at that point was not much more than a glorified beamer with the option to write on it, and that's how they used it. They didn't do much with it. They just used it as a beamer, and they used it as a normal school board. They would like write with it with some kind of like basically like a big drawing board I used for my comic.
Yeah.
So it was really not that special because we already had a beamer and a normal school board, so it was just a combination. But what I hear from Umid now and from some younger kids I know that I talk to, like some 16-year-olds, I don't talk weirdly to 16, but like I know some,
Yeah.
when you see my work that we had some interns and stuff. That now where I was like, I had to go to school, you had to be prepared, you had to have your stuff fixed, which meant books, a pen, a calculator, and a notebook, and an agenda. Now that's just like an obligated laptop in there.
Hmm. Yeah. That's weird to think. Yeah.
Yeah, and to think that in my high school, laptops were forbidden.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Like a Nintendo DS or a PSP was forbidden. It was only seen as something that would distract you. If you had a laptop with
course.
you, you would better keep it in your locker. You couldn't show it in class.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
I would get kicked out if I was in French class, and I wouldn't have my books with me. And Umid now kicks out people because they.
Hey,
because the
Dila, how's it going? Good to see you.
weird,
Hope you're having a
because I would
good
be kicked
Monday.
out if I would show mine.
Yeah.
Go in.
Zombies can ride chickens.
But
I
you were
did-
saying?
Sorry?
You were saying something that I continued.
Oh yeah, I can remember it's the kind of wanting like a computer because I wasn't very good at writing with my hands, and so yeah, they can't give me a computer.
Me neither, Dave. Always the same joke that teachers, when they had to check my test, was like, I had to take a special class for Egyptian hieroglyphs or whatever you call,
Oh, yeah.
because that's how you write. That's
Mm.
how my writing is very unreadable.
Yeah, I'm not too bad with writing now, but only if I can write slowly. And of course, in school, you have to write quite quickly.
It's funny because I did learn calligraphy in.
Hey, Pixel, how's it going? Haven't watched your stream for a while, but hi. Hope you've
my
been
own,
well.
like handwriting.
Happy Monday. Hope you've had a good weekend.
But I can write like 10 different forms of, or 20, I think, even of calligraphy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But normal handwriting, that's something you don't wanna read.
No, if I have to like write something down very quickly, like
Yeah,
someone's
cool.
given me information, it's can't really read it.
In a long conversation about my high school fellows, you have 2 messages from viewers, by the way.
Yeah, I've responded to those.
Oh,
Yeah, I just I mute Discord quickly and say hello and speak to them.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's
I
very
normally do that as well, but not like
no, I'm stealth.
so. But yeah, it just feels weird to me, like
Mm.
all that looks.
Yeah, I'm glad that like, we've got to the point now where it means more people can kind of learn easier. Like especially with like like the boards and stuff, they can kind of notes can be saved rather than having to wipe the board off and then write something else. It's just saved and that information is still there.
But like, what well, I don't know what it's like in England because I live in the Netherlands, and what I know about England is that there's like to like combat that type of bullying. I don't know if it works, but I believe it doesn't. But to combat that type of bullying, you all have school uniforms, right? In high school,
Yeah. All have to wear a uniform so nobody's bullied on the clothing they wear.
the clothing they wear. But in my time, I do remember that there was some sort of hierarchy.
Build looks good. Thank you,
who would
Pixel. I just
pay for
made this up randomly by myself.
branded clothing.
Everything else around here is kind of built by other people.
Wouldn't have the parents buy second-hand brandless crap.
Yeah.
That high school is a very mean and popularity-based place.
Yes.
So that already was very the thing. Who was rich, who was poor. That was one of the things, one of the many things they could like divide you and bully you for.
Hmm.
So with the whole laptops coming in now, we already had it with phones. You had a crappy phone. I already had this one, like that. Oh, you had the PS3 at home. No, that's cool. You suck because you don't even have a PS2. That was my years of high school.
Right. Yeah.
And now with them actually bringing their computers to school, Yumi told me that there's like a €300 laptop that gets like funded within the school. Every child gets that basic laptop.
Okay. Yeah.
School if they want. That's like part of the funding. But
Yeah.
there of course are parents, richer parents with spoiled kids that decide like, my kid doesn't need to get like funded by the government laptop.
Right. Yeah.
In the new MacBook or where there's high-end Razer gaming laptop because it's also fun at home like that,
Yeah.
There will also be like a hierarchy in there, with like them looking down. Like, look at him with the government-funded €300 for geek and everything. Well, I have the gaming PC. with me and stuff, and my parents can pay Apple prices. That's something that's now gonna happen, I think, and that's a bit something I think it's a bit sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be just yet another thing to kind of divide people.
Yeah.
But I suppose yeah, you can't really even say that, Corby. You're not allowed to have a more expensive like MacBook or something, because oh, hello.
Yeah.
Because you say, well, actually, that student could benefit from having that, and it saves the government paying for laptops when parents can pay for them.
Yeah, I mean, from all people I know from Botermeet and like the dude that's now in his last year of high school, I know from the museum is that there's no real rules against it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think there are rentals anyway, so there's also parents that are like, we're not gonna, and yeah, the idea about is that like it's a rental for 3 years,
Right.
so a lot of parents are like, we're not gonna spend. My child has to go to the school for 5 years. They have to pay 600 euros for 6 years and then hand it back. We're just gonna buy one ourselves. That's what happens a lot.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So within there, there's like difference between 300 euro and 1300 euro laptops. And yeah, you know how high schoolers are when it comes to status.
Yes.
I think there will be some. It is what it is.
Mm.
You also have like the added bonus of, or bonus, you know,
Hmm.
children losing their expensive laptops now.
Oh yes, losing or breaking, or it's
But I'm happy with the high school anymore.
yeah, me too.
Same.
But the whole laptop thing was fast. Because Lisa is 5 years younger than me, so through her I saw some 5 years after I. That isn't really true, but I've seen 2 years extra of high school through her.
Yes.
And even then, it wasn't like it is now. So, and we're 8 years. But I've been knowing this for 3 years now. I feel like it was the difference of 5 years. And I think it was COVID partially that did a lot
Oh yeah, yeah,
for development in the like, education system.
yes.
But I say it's for good. I've never been a fan of the Dutch education system at all.
No, the British ones,
I
sort of,
think they're
Christmas.
probably all stuck.
yeah. I suppose so. We're fortunate our education system's probably better than some countries, but yeah, it still could be better.
Yeah, there's no. I've been talking to, coincidentally, the owner of the museum I'm tied to. You know, where I had my exhibition and shit.
Oh yeah.
She also finished her school in the evening at some point because when she was 14, she did this years before I was born. She's from 1945.
Right.
So the whole law with you need to send your children to school wasn't even implemented because there was no system to check it.
Right. Yeah.
This was literally the 50s. She was going to school. She was over 13. She was like, I hate school. I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
Or 13, 14. At some point, she did want like a higher education, and she also did the evening school.
Yeah.
And we both agree, me and her, that school is very. It robs you of a lot of individuality.
Oh yeah. They want you to conform. Yeah. They sort of do things that set way. No kind of individualism. No creativity. Or
Not at all.
discover. Yeah.
And it was most obvious for me in the creative classes itself that there wasn't really allowed any creativity.
Yeah.
Like
Is that?
when it came to my it was different in the evening school because we're adults, so we within like my original high school that I later on got kicked off from. Like I remember in, for example, art class,
Oh yeah.
it was only you need to exactly draw what I tell you to do, and to a point I remember we had to design a house,
Right.
and I built a big aquarium. Like we had to design a fancy house, and I built a big aquarium, and then I was like, as some kind of dumb joke, I built a door in the aquarium. You could open a door and walk in. You know, of course that's not possible. It was, but I had the
Yeah.
door in the aquarium like it was a room.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember the teacher actually getting angry about that.
Oh.
And when it comes to music, it was only theory, and it's very weird. There's a rule that she always said, piano is the basis of all.
Right.
And like we had to get like a song, we had to learn that, and she would have like 4 versions of the song, from easy to more difficult. You know, and I don't know if it's what it's like in England, but in America it's A, B, C. You know, A is best, B is good, C
Yeah,
is
yeah.
low,
Yeah. Yeah.
E is from D. I think you pass. E is failing. F is wordless.
Yes.
In Netherlands it's 1, 2 till 10.
Okay. I think we've moved to the 1 till 10 system now. When I was at school, it was the A to F.
10 is best. 1 is you basically can only get it if you hand in an empty sheet of paper.
Hey, Dida,
And
what are
6
you
is
guys
the
using to
first
host this? I'm
one
not
where
too
you
sure.
have a passing grade.
This is
So
set
she
up
would
by
always give
Jeffrey. You can hear.
with the mute when we had to do like the
It's a hosting
practice,
site, like a free one.
practice of like music instead of theory.
Yeah.
She would get to 4 different types of the song. If you had the most easy one, right, you had the 6. If you were due to do version 2, you get the 7, and so on till the 10.
Right.
Or maybe even 9 only, because it was always the thing with music can never be perfect, so we do not hand out 10s, which is because it's education system, but
Yeah.
that's what it was. And her idea around because you were allowed to do it on any instrument, but her idea about the piano is the basis of everything was that to even be allowed to like look at a guitar or a saxophone or a violin, whatever, you had to master the 4th version of the song on piano.
Oh.
Because she said if you cannot master the piano version, you cannot play it on guitar. But I'm not a great piano player. I've never been. And the first one, and the first 2 or 3, I could always manage to do because I did like to play around with piano. But the 4, that was you had to be skilled at piano. You had to play with 2 hands, like everything at the same time. You had to be a skilled pianist.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could play version 4. It was the same for the other instruments, the 4 versions. Like I could play version 4. I could like make a version 5 for you if you want on my guitar, because I've been playing from since I was a kid. I
Yeah.
want a guitar. And
Hmm.
she was like, then first give me version 4 of the piano,
Hmm.
because you cannot play guitar without the piano. And I was like, but I can actually play guitar, I cannot play piano.
Yeah.
You know, that's the base of the instrument. I said saxophone because I had a friend that actually played saxophone, was good at it, but it's so different than piano. He didn't know how to play piano. He knew how to play with his mouth.
Yeah.
He always failed music while he played in an orchestra as a child, you know?
Yeah.
No, creativity was not allowed.
It's ridiculous. I wanted to do music at school, but because I hadn't privately learned an instrument, I couldn't do music at school. It's like, well,
It was like obligation to do it. Like this was in the first 3 years. Music was one of the classes you just had,
yeah.
and then we had the piano rule, which angered me.
Yeah. No, I kind of got frustrated because I wanted to learn more about music. We did music in the first three years, and I wanted to like do music as like in the last 3 years. But
Oh yeah, the same as here.
yeah, but I was not allowed to choose music because I had not privately learnt a instrument?
I actually kijk, sorry, I spoke Dutch.
Hmm.
I like I got kicked out, like I said, the year before we went to the pick your own classes, the senior years.
Hmm.
But at the beginning of the last junior year, you had to already like pick your classes
Right. Yeah.
for next year. So already had mine, and it basically is you pick between 4 or 5 like teams. You want to be more scientific, more based on science, biology, whatever. Art is also an option.
Yeah.
Art was it was called art and hoe you say it? Maatschappij, like uh, art and I'm a translator.
Hmm. Hey Pixel, do you think I should start streaming?
Society,
No reason not to. Give it a go. Don't like it, don't carry on.
social, and like social studies was combined with art, basically.
Right.
Society. So when you picked art, you had a lot of like art classes, of course, like drawing, music.
Right.
But you also had to have like 2 foreign languages at least, because
Oh.
it's about like it was very like social developing study, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't pick that at all because I hated German and I hated French,
Yeah. It's understandable.
and the only foreign languages we had were German, French, Spanish. So Spanish I was okay-ish with, but I had to pick between the other 2 evils,
Right. Yeah.
which I didn't. So you had to pick your own.
Asking, do you think it's good? I enjoy streaming. My philosophy about streaming, Pixel, is that I'm playing Minecraft right now, and I'll be playing Minecraft if you guys were here or not.
And then you had to get
That's
like
my
some picks
that's
between
my philosophy. That well, I'm sat here playing Minecraft and I have a camera on me,
team. So within economics, I could
so
do extra
I'm doing
languages
something
to joke
that
about
I would do anyway.
language if I wanted.
When I do coding
And
on
the last
my
class you
Wednesday
could pick
streams,
was,
I'm
like,
coding anyway.
open to what the fuck you want. Just pick one, go.
So I stream what I would
So
do if I
if you
wasn't
do,
streaming,
for
and
example,
it's
the
cool
arts
to just
school,
chat to people. Like
fun or
people
whatever,
come along,
let's say,
talk to me while I'm playing
that
Minecraft.
was
If
the
there's no
last
one here,
you pick
I'm playing
again
Minecraft.
8
It's a win-win.
subjects you needed.
So yeah, if you want to have the option to
That was allowed.
be
Then
sociable with people as you're doing things and have a chat, and it's great.
in evening school, I ended
You
up
can kind of
with
chat to people on Discord when they're playing together and stuff. So yeah, you can give it a go. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Lisa did a. No, welk profiel had jij? Welk profiel had jij? Middelbare school. Had jij een? Je had geen kunst en maatschappij, toch?
Kunst was een verplicht vak bij mij.
Dat weet ik, maar je eindprofiel. Je had geen kunst en maatschappijprofiel.
Ik had biologie.
Lisa did the biology course in high school.
Oh,
Maar
cool.
kunst was verplicht en dan moest je ook examen in doen. Dus het
Ja,
was
weet
niet
ik.
echt.
Ik ook samenwerken. No, but that's a different story. But like, I was thinking, I always thought she did the art course, but... En natuurlijk, je had ook geen muziek.
Nee.
No, I always thought she did art, but she didn't because she had math, and the art one didn't have math,
Mm.
unless you picked it. But most people that took the art course did it so they wouldn't have to do math.
Right.
My school, actually, I was at some point at the school's lowest level, which is like the medium level.
Right.
So they didn't want to put too much effort into that actually, because they wanted to put more effort into their two higher levels above.
It's a third level, basically.
Yeah.
But, it's the same I did when they gave me the second chance in evening, but
Yeah. So I only had choices about a couple of courses,
Right.
but math was mandatory as well as art was mandatory, Dutch and English as well.
Right.
Then I choose history, biology, and German.
Oh,
Like what's like most high schools in our country, they only give like 3 of the 5 levels. So
right,
like
yeah.
say there's 5 levels from the highest to the lowest. Let's say the highest is 1, then they either they, they either give 1, 2, 3, so the third is the lowest, or they give 3, 4, 5, so then third is highest. Then they rarely mix them all together.
Right.
Maybe because that will take too much resources, because they're just focused on way different things, and you need so much different kinds of like classrooms. Like the lowest level, they also already focused on, for example, mechanics.
Yeah.
So usually those schools literally had like auto shops within it, so people could already teach how to work with cars.
To be honest, I've only seen like schools combining all the levels for those were schools for people that were challenged, so physically or mentally, but when they needed extra care.
Right.
Yeah, but not really mentally. Like it's not like I said with the school for if you're really dumb, but like if you're like autistic,
Yeah.
you can still be either dumb or smart. So there's schools where you can do any level of education, but you need the extra help because of the autism.
Yeah. So it's not affected by that directly.
And because those schools already have so much, like we're quite niche, so to say, there's less students, they would offer all for, all types of different people with autism or other development disorder.
Yeah.
Or indeed what Lisa said, physical, because they have the resources to, you may be the smartest person in the world, but you have no arms or legs, then a normal high school student has a bit of
Skyrim
trouble.
glitches are so silly. Like I just made a potion that boosts
Those
recovery
schools are
spells
specialized in
by
any type of
3201525%,
sport.
and taking it crashes game. Oh wow,
I
that
don't
is
think anyone with
that is quite a
physical
glitch.
will not do the mechanics.
Renovated my school when I finished 4th grade,
If
and
they
3
want to, they
years
get
it
the
was
options
already
in those
rotting it.
schools.
Oh no, dealer. They just don't put the right kind of money in, do they?
But that's only if you get like a, officially diagnosed autism or.
Yeah, especially if you don't get the official thing, they don't seem to put the help in.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, like even if you are just, no offense, if you are really like dumb, you
Hmm.
don't get in those schools. You really need like the autism, the diagnosis.
Yeah,
yeah, something medically or better.
yeah,
But yeah, they kind of split it up mostly. Where there's one level that both me and Lisa had once did in our life at some point. Is mostly given on both because it's really so much in between that they either see it at the highest of the low or the lowest of the high.
right,
So it's
yeah,
given on both types of high school. Most high schools do have all the types, but they have like very different buildings, not even close to each other in our country. What I see there. So
oh,
if they wanted to kick me to the lowest point of high school instead of kicking me out, I could have still be like registered within my old school, but have to go to another building that's still tied to it. But they just wanted to get rid of it.
ah. I suppose it's good they got a lot of space for the buildings to
Yeah.
rather than trying to keep you all in one area.
No, but I also think it's that they don't want them to like mix too much people.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, one thing they don't want, like I said, there's a lot of hierarchy. They don't want the smart people to like look down on the others.
yeah, it's true.
People smart is not the right word, I think, because sometimes there's whole different reason to do something else. But they don't want to have like that hierarchy, even when there already is one.
Yeah,
To without sugarcoating it, can be a bit sensitive topic, but without sugarcoating it, in general, people with like lower IQ come from families that have lower IQ,
right, yeah,
which means there's and so with people mostly, in general, doesn't have to be, but in general, lower income households. Lower income households in general have, statistically more problems. when it comes to like criminal behavior, for example.
Yeah.
So it is true that the schools we have with the lowest 3 levels had more often visits from the police
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
because of more often fights, drug dealing, vandalism, and stuff around those type of schools. Like if you place a high school of the 3 lowest levels within a neighborhood in my country, people always complain and they never really do when it's the higher ones.
Yeah. It
But
kind of
yeah.
it kind of attracts certain
Yeah,
activities.
I don't want to I don't like generalizing, but in the end, statistics show that those types of people from lower IQs come from lower income households, which end up with statistically more problems. Which is one of the reasons I didn't want to go there, because there was more violence. And I think that's also a reason that they just feel like splitting it up so they can put more security guards in one school, and I don't really want without sugarcoating it, the children they get more government funding from because they're smarter to be harassed by the more statistically more criminal ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like it's not really a fun conversation, but if I look at in elementary school friends I had, that the ones that went to the lower income they had with their parents and the lower type of high school they went to, and we still had contact, those were the people that picked up cigarette smoking the earliest, that ended up weed smoking earliest, that ended up drinking and ended up doing other drugs way earlier compared to people that were in the scientific course.
Yeah. It seems to kind of
It's not hard numbers. I know I know enough people that fucked up their life on drugs or whatever, or became criminals that were geniuses according to their IQ testing in schools. But statistically, it happens more.
yeah. Yeah. It's I know of quite a few people that could easily score high, because we don't tend to have like a lot of like scoring systems, but if they were to be on such a system, they would certainly be counted as a higher score, but they still kind of wasted because they feel they don't need to put effort in.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like they will deny. I think if I would really like say it like it is like this, they will deny it. But I'm pretty sure that that's always been the case. That's why they divide the people that like from a young age get like scientific courses will be divided from the lower classes. Just generalization a bit.
Yeah. I've noticed it. So we didn't really have too much divide on that, apart from like language. I think languages and mathematics we had higher and lower.
Yeah, we're very unique in that. Like I said, like I don't know any other countries that have our high school system that it's so divided in 5 systems.
Now we had languages. I was in like a lower class for language, and there was a higher class for like English. But because I wasn't able to read or write as fast as other people, then I was on the lower. But in mathematics, I was in the middle. They had three for mathematics, so I was in the middle. So not the lowest, but not the highest. But you say,
I was like really divided in whatever course you take. Right?
Yeah, they do for like for testing. They give you more complicated tests on the higher. But it's the higher and lower. Like if you go for the lower, you can never get the highest qualification. They kind of stop you short, so you can only get like if you've got the A, B, C, if you go for a lower, they stop you from getting an A or B, because it's less complicated. It means you'll never qualify for an A or B. So it's basically the same set of qualifications, but you will never get the higher score. With the mathematics, because there was three tiers, and I was in the middle tier, I could get a B, but I could never get an A, because I wasn't in the higher class. But I did get a B in the mathematics, and they said, well, I could have probably done the higher, but it would have been a lot harder, and I might have failed and got even lower score. But as you say, you know, I noticed that those in the lower classes tend to be more troublemakers and more disruptive and didn't want to really learn. And they always kind of made trouble for the teachers.
What I meant to ask, like the general system I explained, that's not like it's in UK, right? What we have, like it's very like a hard divide.
No, there isn't really a hard divide. It's only on subjects. So those that are better at the subject, they get more harder things to do, and if you're not so good at the subject, you get easier things.
No, it's not subject divided. It's just like in this type of high school.
Like the
you
right.
have to have this word on it,
Mm.
which is scientific education or higher.
Right. Yeah. So for everything you get divided for.
Yeah.
Yeah. We only do it. We have the same score, but only per subject. So if you're good on one thing, you're on higher for that subject. But if you're not so good on this subject, you're lower.
I mean, I actually like that better because let's say I would have had the English because when I say I was kicked out of high school, you know, not that you get like some idea I was some kind of like drug
My GPA is average right now, but it's not because I have average grades, but I have a lot of extremes. Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Just if you don't
Currently got all A's in all the sciences. A bunch of F's for things I couldn't care less about, like psychology, interpretive. Yeah.
That's how I lost my school. So let's say but I failed on 3 subjects.
Right. Yeah.
Or all languages.
Hmm.
The German, French, and even though I liked it better, Spanish in the end.
Yeah. I ended up failing. Effectively failing. Well, it wasn't a fail, but it was an E. So it's wasn't an F, but it was an E for English class. And I got a. What did I get? French. Because I did French as a second language. I got a D in French, which is okay, but it's not worth anything. A D.
It's like our 6. You pass, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's in the ABC system, the C is the lowest that means anything. A D
Be
is
right back.
okay.
Yeah, we go to the notes and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, C's the lowest that's worth anything. D's below anything but not a fail, and E is well, it's not even worth doing it, and F is well, yeah, you just got the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, because what it sounds like to me, if I were in the that's the thing I'm still salty about is that I already picked my class before the senior years,
Yeah.
and I solely failed classes I was gonna drop anyway, but they just made use of the system where they're like, we can kick you out now because you have to pay grade.
Right. Yeah.
If this was the English system, I could have dropped French from the highest level to the lower one, have French in the lower level and drop it anyway.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They were just like, you have to pass everything on the highest level or be kicked out of high school.
Oh.
Or,
Yeah.
and I literally dropped everything. Like I would have understood. I would have gave up on me if I would have failed math and economics, but I didn't. You know.
Yeah. That sounds more like for college where you have. Yeah, everything goes towards one qualification rather than individual.
But college at least in the Netherlands. So I may be saying something weird now for you, but college, at least here, it's all around the subject you pick to study.
Right, yeah.
Like when I went to art school, I didn't have math classes. You know,
No.
if I. But yeah, the dog needs to pee.
Okay, yeah, go sort dog. No, I'll see you shortly. Yeah, D though, you got all A's in sciences, bunch of F's and things, couldn't care less about like psychology and entrepreneurial education, which is just employee propaganda. Yeah, that sounds like I don't recall ever having anything like that. But that just kind of just sounds like a fancy version for this business study. So when I went to college, one of the modules for my computer science studies was business study. So I had to do business study in order to get a computer qualification. And business study wasn't something interesting, but I did okay. And we had to do mathematics, because I suppose I understand that computers are very much a lot of mathematics, so understandable, and I'm good at mathematics. I had no issue there. Ooh. But what got me was it the business studies? Business studies had a lot of writing, and typically there's not a lot of writing involved with studying a computer. And yet, to qualify, you need to do a lot of writing. I'm in a mechanical college, and I have to take it to, and the teacher is awful. Ugh. Yeah, sorry to hear that. It feels like they just add it in to fill out the qualification. Like, I can't see him being useful. Like maybe, like mechanical college. If you were to become a self-employed mechanic, for instance, you'd have to learn sort of entrepreneurial business kind of stuff to be your own kind of sort of self-employed mechanic. I can understand that, rather than just being a mechanic for a company. Funniest thing is we have 31 hours, and if we got rid of it, if we got rid of it, we would have an even 30. Oh, yeah, so that extra hours just makes it even more annoying. No, I missed out on a computer science studies qualification because I couldn't complete work not related to computers, which is absolute bollocks. As I say earlier in the stream, unfortunately, I got a qualification that was 100% to do with the qualification, and I got it, which kind of goes to show. I was pretty good at pretty much all the other subjects. Like even at college, I was like top marks for everything, which makes it even more annoying that failing something I wasn't good at, that had nothing to do with what I was studying, when I was so good at everything else, kind of makes it an overall fail. I think I'm pretty much happy with that house. I suppose I could make myself a little post box like all of these ones do. Oh, some tables and chairs. Go some tables and chairs, I suppose. So all these fancy things in Nix's houses. Yeah, might get around to furnishing my house. I've definitely given it a letterbox. I like that idea. Here's a silly thing where if you have less than 50%, they won't let you graduate without taking a silly exam in the summer, even though you won't ever do the subject again after the year is over. Ah. Yeah. They just kind of throw these things in there. You have to... I can understand some subjects kind of... Even though the subject itself is useless, like the content of the subject is useless, the actual skills you learn by studying the subject become useful. But some of these things, they're just not useful, full stop. Like I learned a lot of things on subjects that I generally enjoyed, and I've used them since. There's things that subjects I didn't enjoy, and I've not found a use for them. So it's like, well, didn't enjoy them, didn't really learn anything from it, and I've not used them, so completely useless. And fair enough, there were some things I didn't enjoy, but I still found useful. So I'll give them that. Yeah, I've been asked a few times if I would like to do any more qualifications, and to be honest, I'm quite happy. It's a lot of work, and I could go for a master's degree, but it's like 4 years. At the very least, it's 3 years, if not 4 years, to do something. I don't want 4 years of education. I'd rather start quantum physics than hear this lady talk once more about how important her classes. Yeah. Sometimes it's the teachers don't help. You get a bad teacher, like a person who's in charge of your education can really screw up your enjoyment and your learning experience, which is kind of bad, really, because it's not down to you then. It's not you that is not willing to learn at that point. So yeah, the subject could be interesting, but you're making it sound like the most boring thing ever. I don't want to be here. Well, it could even be like, I want to learn this, but you're making it so hard that I just don't care about it anymore. In fact, I've learned a lot of stuff just learning it myself. Like, this thing seems interesting, I want to learn it. I go away, I learn it, I now know the thing. Didn't need anyone else involved. I've got to think of a system to get up and down this shaft, I think. She also asked for like an extreme amount of homework, which I refuse to do because a good grade is not worth 5 hours of my life. They can make a bubble out of it. Oh, I could do actually. I'll have to look up a best way of doing that. No, I definitely think there's too much homework. Like generally in anything, like some homework, fair enough. Like maybe 1 hour, 1 hour's worth of homework. Just okay. go away from the learning environment, the natural learning environments. Try and recall what you've learned, apply it to something. Go, okay, I've done the learn and recall, which is important for learning stuff. To recall information and to apply information tells your brain that this stuff is important, and therefore you need to make sure you remember it. So that's fine, like an hour's worth, no problem at all. But then to do nearly another school's day on homework is just ridiculous. Pillar of water over some soul sand. Ah, yes, soul sand. That's it. What's going to be the easiest bit to do? Probably this back bit here. Yeah. Pillar of water over the soul sand. Get me some soul sand. It's going to be under functional stuff, or is it just colour blocks? Kelp. Okay. Let's do a quickie looky up. Get me a picture of soul sand so I can find it easier. Okay, that's what it looks like. Kind of looks like that, it's not. Is it natural blocks, I suppose? Yeah, soil, soul sand, there it is. And kelp. That's probably going to be there as well. Seagrass. Dead bubble coal, fine. Yes, I think that looks like a leaf. Looks like a leaf. Oh, kelp. There it is. Cool, cool. Come on, phone. Water bucket also, yes, of course, the water bucket. So it could be under, is that under natural blocks? No, it's going to be under, never remember where to find it. It's under tools. Tools and utilities are, of course, there you go, water bucket. Let's put that in that one there. Okay, cool. So where am I putting it? Probably here, I think. That's about. Let's build this down so I've got a reference point. Okay, just need the water coming down now. take that out. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, should have put, recommend making the first 2 layers of water covered so it doesn't split. Yeah, good point. Good point. Move that to disappear down. All the blocks around except the middle for 2 layers. Oh yes. Question is, should I make this a... Probably make that planks. Do that. Do with it dissipating a little bit quicker, but the cap seems to be having a good time. Stem that as well. Could also use a sponge to drain quickly. Ah, of course. See, I keep forgetting these kind of things. Let's get myself a sponge. Is that under utilities again? It's been a while since I've done this kind of stuff, either. Kelp is doing the silly. There's a bit. Break it, cover it in water source, yeah. Okay. Grew quickly, did not expect. No, that was very unexpected. Hello.
I'm back before you expected?
No, I wasn't expected the kelp to grow in the water.
Oh. I don't know.
Right, let's try and see.
Eyes back.
Yeah, welcome back.
I'm
Dang.
still working on picking up.
Nope, I didn't not sure it's to do that. Stop.
Back on now. Did I say I'm reading a Dragon Ball manga now for the first time?
Yeah, you mentioned about the manga. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can hear the sounds when I read.
Ah, that's cool.
I've seen the show enough times,
Hmm.
but it's nice. Also, still thanks for finding me a new band name. I was literally struggling with 2 things, with a comic and a band. And with the list for the comic, I didn't even think about like combining the 2 things.
Yeah.
And then you came in.
Well, you came up with the cool names, and I just picked it out. Oh yeah, glass is a good idea, Dealer. Yeah. So we've already got some glass there.
Also, I found out with my friend that, which I didn't know, is that you can just build a power track underwater and it will just continue like normal.
Oh, cool. Let's put all that on there for now.
But you haven't watched much Dragon Ball.
No, I've watched like a few episodes here and there, but not enough to see like a whole story arc.
Not enough to have a favorite.
No, not at the moment. Well, unfortunately, it's gonna have to be all covered in glass and fences up to the starts and the end where you could place a gate or fence. Both pass through it, keep the water at bay. Yeah, that's okay.
You know what I also like from, but I now know that I'm not live, but for the rest I'm doing the same things as if I were live.
Yeah.
I don't have to guess what you're saying so much.
Okay.
It's because the music bot is very, not even louder, but it's a lot of things to focus on for me. Makes it more difficult, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times I don't want to admit it, but a lot of times and that's my fault, I actually am a bit guessing what you or Nix are saying to me or stuff.
Okay.
Like I can get some words and the topic of the conversation is this, so I can like, okay, then they probably mean this or that, you know, then I can figure it out, but I actually kind of enjoy not having to.
Yeah, I suppose it means you can fully engage in a conversation and you're not sort of unsure.
Yeah. And not only that, but like I have at first I thought it was a fun idea, but I've honestly become a bit more of a burden than an asset to the stream for me. Because yes, some viewers are very fond of it, but for me personally, it's it can sometimes even kind of ruin the experience of a game I'm playing because people keep requesting things that I don't see fitting for the team.
Yeah.
For example. So there is a not even chance. If I come back, I'm not doing it anymore. I think it will make some people sad, but
Yeah, I suppose it is good in some ways that you're allowed to like have people in the stream share their music tastes and sort of discuss the music, but at the same time, yeah, it can take away from your experience.
well, there's been some problems anyway with the music, but for me that some people were focusing too much on it that it became a burden
Right, yeah.
to me in the stream, that it became such a, like when I started it, it was meant as a didn't really matter, you know, how to treat it. And if I would stop streaming during a certain tone, so be it.
Hmm.
People started to take it very seriously and like complaining if I didn't let them allow listen to things. And there have been streams at first for some reason I was like, okay, you know, whatever. But I've been live for an extra hour than I actually wanted because people were so adamant about having to listen to the full request they did.
Yeah.
And I already put a stop to that by telling people like, listen, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Like, we just have it on.
Hmm.
And if I want to go, also like people trying to police the bot.
Right. Yeah.
A lot. Like, yes, but people getting angry or this request because it would fill up the queue too much. And I was like, yeah, but you know, to me it doesn't really matter because I go flying when I want, but that stopped being a thing. And then I got fed up with it anyway.
Yeah.
And so I made some rules that said like I want everyone to stop now seeing this as such a important focus point. Because for me it isn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I suppose it's just supposed to be there as a nice bit of background.
yeah, but even though I became a bit more strict about the bot at least 2 times. I kind of opened the rules around the music requesting at least 2 or 3 times because I was getting fed up with how people were behaving with it and because of it.
Hmm.
It's still not how I would like it to be.
Right. Yeah.
It still brings a lot of because yeah, one of the first things I did very first was a very easy one. Yeah, listen, I hate these certain bands. I hate you know, Avenged Sevenfold, for example.
Yeah.
Did not request it as the list, but even then I started to notice lately that it's one of the reasons I stopped enjoying streaming. I think it actually is a lot about that bot. Is that even my favorite bands, take a Iron Maiden, Metallica, Slipknot, you know, things I love. If I'm playing a very relaxing game and someone keeps requesting, I'm just. I'm playing a game that just doesn't, in my head, doesn't fit the Iron Maiden sound, and it may be my favorite band, but it's still starting to irritate me that I'm having to listen to the band while I'm playing a certain game that it has no connection to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
For example, like feeling-wise, of course.
Hmm.
And I'm like, it doesn't fit, you know. Or the other way around, then I would play like a very aggressive game like Doom. And people would actually solely request Stoner Doom. Which, in a way, yes, it has the same name as the game, but you know what I'm trying to say, that it just got me out of the fast-paced flow when I would only hear like very slow chords. That happened too much.
Yeah.
And what happens then? You make too much, you have to make a lot of rules like when, like specific list per game. And at some point then no one really requests, is really requesting, or requesting the allowed 5 bands, or even songs if they have songs I don't want. And then it might be better to just decide when we're listening to myself.
Yes. Yeah, we got to work this out together. Kelp is still in there.
That's big close down.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't even mean it that way, but it looked like Piccolo and Vegeta are having a stare-off,
Nice.
very angrily looking at each other. Super Saiyan Vegeta would win, I think.
Oh. Oh dear, dear. Sign. It's supposed to be a sign, is it?
But yeah, also like what was it? You never actively used the Moobot, right?
No, I've got it all connected, but I've not actually
Yeah.
set it up. I thought I was going to look at it to have like another friend who does music, but I just never used it myself.
Yeah. So like you can change the order of songs as well, and there was also a lot of times that would literally people kept complaining in chat to me like, then I have to alt tab to change the order. I'm not feeling the order of these songs. They need to be like 3 needs to be 1, 1 needs to be 4.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that as well. I told at some point I thought like I'm not gonna do that.
No.
But still, even though I'm now at a point where I put every rule I could think of to make it fun for me, and it's still not fun for me.
Yeah.
I still last stream with us four was a low point to me. I think
Yeah.
where I don't even think I've actually built anything in Minecraft. I was just flying it out.
Oh.
I made one small duck, a really small rubber duck. Then I kept flying around for 3 hours while I was on my phone and talking to you people, and I was like, this is not game streaming.
No.
So, and that's one of the reasons I look back. What was it? So, what was it that made it so boring for me? And one of the reasons, honestly, is the damn music that didn't get me in a building.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose that's Yeah. There's
But yeah, it's also something I started noticing, like, also with the music, is that, for example, as you may have noticed the last year, that I'm into the critically acclaimed, I'm not going to do it, but into Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 14 is a very, very rich story compared to, and maybe it's different now, but when I still played WoW,
Yeah.
it was just, it had a very rich lore, but the game itself was a grind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't really follow a story. You just went in, no basic story outline. You just went in. You had to get stronger, randomized quests. But just like go here, kill 12 mobs, go back,
Yeah.
kill 24 mobs, go back, etc. New area, same quests.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 actually is an MMO, but they put in the cutscenes of a real Final Fantasy because the quests are really a storyline.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it so much compared to WoW or the other games. And I've been noticing that because I did a lot of my stream Final Fantasy on stream, that when I think back of it, that because of the having to mute the game, not being able to hear the conversation that we read and not hearing the by the development like picked and decided, and not only decided but like specifically composed background music that's meant to go with these cutscenes of the story. Not being able to hear that, having to hear people's random choices of metal music took away a big chunks of me enjoying the story and lore of Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's the main problem. Maybe it's now I'm getting too close to complaining about my chat, which I don't want, because I like it when people are there, and I like that they subscribe and stuff, but there is a consensus with the music bot that, let's say I decide with this particular game today I want to listen to the imposed by the hired people from Final Fantasy, for example, people instead of music board. Then there starts some kind of like discontent and complaining and a bit saltiness from, but last Monday we did have music and today we don't. So since I tried to do it, like sometimes I think it would be nice to have a little bit of decided by chat music. The last year have proved that unfortunately it's not possible. People expect too much from it and start to see it as the main focus.
Yeah.
Which I think is, yeah. Even though, no, that's why I'm like, I also kind of quit for 2 weeks. I didn't want to like only stop that at like starting point, like from now, okay, we're not gonna do this anymore, because I'm kind of not looking forward to having to make the decision, because I feel like a lot of people are very much enjoying it, and it kind of encourages them to maybe come back more often, subscribe more often, etc.
Yeah.
But then again, I fully realize that when I don't enjoy it, I will become less enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because that's something I noticed in my first run of streaming, when I still had to learn everything, you know, years before I knew you, like before my 1 year break. And like 4 years ago now, my third year, that I decided to stream days for myself, and because I was just starting and I had like no community yet, I was just starting and figuring out, I decided on 3 certain stream days. And when I was really not feeling it, I was like, but I decided it has to be, we stream on Tuesday. Period.
Yeah.
Those days I was really out of it, not being able to really enjoy it myself, and just sitting there boringly, not being able to talk. Almost, because I couldn't think of anything to say.
Yeah.
I would get 0 viewers, because I wasn't fun to watch. So that's something I learned a bit quickly, that do you want to get that water out?
Hmm?
Your thing?
No, trying to make an elevator. Sort of deal. So make your way up to the top of the kelp. Like that. Ah.
So I learned to not do that, and that's why I decided to like, we're not gonna stream any longer.
Yeah. Yeah, when
For it.
it's when you start streaming because you feel you have to, then it becomes a job and it's a chore.
I mean, but that's the thing. If it was a job, I would have like just like what too, but it isn't.
Yeah.
My average Twitch earnings are 30 euros a month.
Okay.
It's a nice bonus,
Yeah.
but I cannot live from it.
No.
So, also 30 euros a month does not mean 30 euros a month because of the damn threshold by Twitch. Although I've said it before, the fact that I earn $30 a month means that people pay me 60. That's the fucked up thing.
Yeah.
And that's what they give me, they send to me, but then they take their own, like, how do you say, processing fee, and then there's the taxes, and PayPal processing fee plus the 10% off because they want to do something yourself, and I end up with like, because every 2 months I get 60 because it passes the Twitch threshold of 50. They send me 60, and I always end up with like 43. And I understand companies must take something, but the weird thing, from those 60, you must understand they already took another 60.
Yeah.
They already took a 50% before you, because they take the cut before your threshold. Then
Right.
they take
Yeah.
another cut, they call processing fee.
Hmm.
But yeah, now I'm like, I'll be back in around 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't put the bot on. I would have loved to have like a way where I can just like have it on now and then. I've tried. That was the whole point. Like I got my idea from some Call of Duty streamers I knew where they had like custom music, but they would like mute it, pause it when the match started because they wanted to be focused on the game. And because I tried that only during like breaks and stuff, we play whatever people said. There was too much complaining that music couldn't be paused.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that I listen because in the end, streaming is not a democracy, it's more dictatorship in my opinion.
Yes. Yes. It's your stream, and it's what
Yeah.
you want.
And that's the weird ass point that I did let it happen like that. But you come to a point where people really complain when their song is paused. So when I decided, okay, I can make sure your song is never paused, but I'm also not there. If they really want, they can put on Spotify beside it.
Well, yeah, there's. I can't remember whose stream it was. There's one streamer I used to watch a lot. So people complain that I want to hear a particular song in the stream, and I remember the streamer saying, "Well, play the song then. You don't need to hear it through the stream." So it's one thing sharing the music you like with the streamer and everyone else who's watching, which is fair enough, but it's still up to the streamer if that song gets played.
Yeah, exactly. And that's yeah. And all these complaints I have about irritating is like it was manageable for me if you think away the fact that it also poses a lot of extra sound managing.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, today I can hear you, Nix, fine. Nix, in general, has a bit either softer voice or a bit less sensitive mic, or maybe both. But it's still good.
Yeah.
It's great if you're in a regular old, like it used to be, like voice chat. But when there's all this music blaring, Nix is someone I really have to focus and / guess to understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And you to a certain extent as well, but you're a bit loud. And then I literally am already boosting Discord and have you two to the loudest.
Yeah.
Huh? And then you think, put the music lower. I tried, but then there's all these complaints that they cannot hear the music.
Yes, it's difficult.
Disregarding the fact that because it's done through YouTube and not every YouTube video is uploaded with the same volume.
Oh yeah.
I'm literally having to alt tab and change between them again, so I put them a bit lower. Then the next one comes on that's even lower. Then I don't really mind, but then the complaint starts and I go back.
Yeah.
And the reason I thought of this is
The
that,
physics in the anniversary edition are buggy. Really?
at the
You
beginning
didn't
of
fix
the
it. I
game
suppose they tried to add stuff in and they broke it.
didn't have to do anything with music, but
It's buggy in the
said,
PS3
your
version.
viewers in general have less with Stardew compared to Lego,
Yeah.
and that's I think honestly think that I've been noticing random people that try my stream out for the first time and maybe say 2 or 3 things
Right.
and are not regular yet are leaving when the music gets too experimental.
Right. Yeah. It's not really their kind of music, and they go, "No, I don't want to stay here."
Because that's something I've been noticing as well. Like what I said, when I feel like this music not in any way fit this game, I must not be the only one that feels like that.
But yeah.
The only difference is someone that watches can be like, I'll watch a Stardew streamer that has Stardew related music.
But yeah. So especially if people are into the the original music for a game as well.
And
Okay.
not only that, it's also the feel. Like I can understand some people not minding having other metal than the Doom soundtrack behind, like Doom Eternal,
Yeah.
as long as it's fast paced. But I can understand someone that's like, I'm in the mood for Doom Eternal stream. Here's someone, and they put on some very experimental drone noise on, which is something that happens in my stream a lot lately.
Yeah.
That they're like, yeah, we're not gonna listen to the demon, watch the demon carnage while we're put to sleep by the music.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you've got a good kind of community of like people that like experimental and heavy music, but you kind of end up only having that set of people, or hopefully find more people like that. But if they're quite niche or unique, yeah, it's hard to kind of get more people interested.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not here to grow to massive sizes, but if you weigh in the part where I stop disliking it, then it's starting to become really difficult to enjoy the whole thing.
Yeah.
And another thing I was thinking about, but that's the part of like wishful thinking. That's not really, it's not that important, but it still lingers in my head.
Mm.
That let's say I do grow a bit. Let's say I now average around. I don't know. I was gonna check when my viewer count now is at 0
Mm.
because I'm not live.
Yes.
But as I used to it, I am.
Great viewer count.
Mm.
When I get my Twitch email at the end of the stream, I mostly average around 5, 6. Sometimes 4, sometimes 7. No, but mostly 5, 6.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3. Around 3 or 4 of those regulars are also regular subscribers among 2 or 3 requests music.
Right.
There have already been fights about the fact that people don't like it, other people make it so that they have to wait 30 minutes on their song.
Right. Yeah.
That's when I had to put in rules.
Yeah.
I've literally had like this. I'm not afraid to tell this because I'm checking your chat and I see there no one from me is in yours.
Yeah.
But I've had people like after stream, literally I had to like solve fights between viewers, like digital fights, and I've had someone not watching me 8 months because someone else made them so was so bitchy to them about it.
Oh. Yeah.
So I lost a regular viewer for like half a year,
Hmm.
maybe a bit less. But I said 8 months, but I think more like 4. But then there's that part, and let's say I grow. Like I said, I have now 4 regular subscribers, or 2 to 3 always request, and there we are already at this point where someone thinks it's very difficult to share with 2 others that can put in a song. Let's say I go to the point of the streamer I got this idea from with the request that averaged on 150 viewers with 20 to 30 of those subscribers, where if you put in a song you could wait, you knew you could wait 45 to 1 minutes to 1 hour.
Yeah.
What if we get to that point? Like what if? I don't think I have it in me to become a 100 average streamer, but let's say I do.
Yeah.
Then it becomes even more difficult to make everyone happy. Which I want to. Maybe I shouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. It becomes a very hard job to kind of start managing people as there's more people watching.
And we're talking about that thing. Stream also has some managing it, and I also need to I of course have to make sure no one says racial slurs or like homophobic slurs in my stream. That's something I know I have to do. Or try to sell things or whatever other reason.
Yeah.
But for something that was meant as such a small part, as a background noise, almost like elevator music, and was never meant to be a part of the stream itself, it becomes such a main focus of stress. Also, I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not with it. It's just I
Yeah.
need to be very, and because like I said, no one's watching. I can talk freely here, and even if they do end up watching you in coffee or listening to me, I, I'm, it is the truth, you know. But I don't want to stress now, so I'm back. But when I came back from, when I moved from Almere to here,
Yeah.
I got my internet back and I streamed for the first time since 3 months. I didn't have the music board on.
Right.
On this exactly. That's how long I actually hated that thing.
Oh.
I told people, yeah, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't want to connect to my Twitch. You know, I've got some problems, so we're gonna stop using it.
Hmm.
I told them it was a lie to not have to deal with it. What happened then
Yeah.
is they kept telling me what to play in my iTunes lists
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
or my regular music list, and it was always like I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't really say something back because if I said I'm not in the mood for that, it's like, yeah, but you own the music, so you like it. Or
Hmm.
something. I felt like that, and then I became the bot myself, and
Right.
I took
Yeah.
myself the bot. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's bring that damn thing back then. I mean, better than this.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, you know, we're gonna not play around with like not. What do you say? We're gonna be straightforward. Now.
Yeah.
We're not. There's no music bot. I will not be the music bot. I will not. You cannot pick out from my own list, my personal list. I know I like all the music I download myself because that's what I download. But I'm not gonna be your personal music list.
No.
No.
I just wanna take a moment to be thankful that I learned Jeffrey how to download the music himself, so I don't have to download some of the weird things he listens to.
Yeah, but that I think that's around. You know what the thing is with that? Probably. She learned to download for the first time in her life with torrents, and it all went fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we have one place where we can safely download, and let's just keep it there. Let's not spread it to all the computers.
Yeah.
Because I come from a time when it was easier to get an infected PC
Oh yeah.
around Windows XP time. So it's like, okay, we have someone that manages. Let's just use that, and let's say if it goes wrong, she's already doing it anyway. Then it's not. We have not three infected PCs. We have one.
Yes.
But in the end, it became too much of a deal.
I at some point had like a turning point and I was like, okay, you're gonna download yourself. After I had to download like some game that was also quite large but didn't have any seeders. It took me like a full 24 hours.
Oh.
And I also wanted to use my laptop, and
Yeah.
didn't want to keep it open all night because that's not good.
No.
So I was like, you're gonna do it yourself now.
Yeah, it's okay. But I did decide that I only gonna use the game PC for downloading. I don't use the work PC for Mac.
Yes.
Even though that was technically safer.
Hello. I'll try out the elevator. Walk off the edge to fall down.
I
Yeah.
kind of switched all of the downloading stuff to my Windows as well, because I have like my Mac has I once had some water over it, and since then some things do not work properly, so that's not.
The USB ports and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and those so I can't. I have a really hard time with like getting music on my phone, so I decided, okay, I have great USB ports on my Windows laptop that work.
Yeah.
I could just have iTunes on there and do it that way.
For me, it's like easy decision that my work PC has a lot of big files on it as well, like working like audio, like say like Logic.
Oh yes.
Files can be very big. Until the moment you compress a song as even as a lossless like the FLAC,
Yes.
before that it's gigantic.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I have half a tera in that computer because it's a very small laptop, so storage is like memory is very expensive in that case. So I have half a tera in it.
But yeah.
My PC I'm on now, my Windows had 7 tera in it, so which one's better to download?
But yeah. Yeah.
Apple is also very expensive when it comes to storage.
Yeah. They don't like to make it easy for you just to buy cheap storage.
Yeah.
Conflicts with other things.
Mm.
That PC is it's a bit weird. I would say one is for business, one is for fun, but I'm having a lot of fun working on music and drawing, so it's kind of weird to say for me.
Mm.
I have actually more for like one is for creativity
Yeah.
and the other is for like whatever everything else is.
Mm.
Yeah, like it kind of feels for me it's weird because of course Windows is what a lot of people see as the main thing when it comes to computers.
Yeah. Then so Mac has got a good reputation for creative stuff.
But for me, my Macs feel like legitimate computers.
Well, yeah, which they are. Yeah.
My Windows feels like I feel the same as I watch my plays. I see my PS5 on the Switch. It's just a thing where I play games on, and it just happens to have an option to download things as well.
Yeah.
I'm basically when I turn on I see my gaming PC less as a PC and more as a PS5 with a torrent option.
Yes.
And when I want to do computer stuff, I go to my Mac.
Yeah. That's fair.
And I avoid Linux lately. Yeah, I threw away my Linux machine.
Ah.
Yeah, the thing, I used it for the museum, but I live like 1.5 hours from the museum now, so it was taking space. It had 2 gigs of RAM. It had the processor was not working well. Didn't even have a real graphics card. There's a chip within the not working processor, and it was like the thing is that I was just messing around on it because I at some like I couldn't like I'm not like IT like I said with coding, but at least I had to know how does this computer work because the museum has 50 of them and they all run the art there, so I need to at least know in what menu to look if something is doing this or that.
You need to talk more to your mic.
It wasn't that important.
Yeah, I still heard that, but
Yeah, I mostly heard things, but sometimes it just at the end of a sentence.
I don't go to the museum anymore because of the move, and was like this is. I hope that's another thing. I hope she's not watching because technically that was a borrowed PC, but I wasn't really feeling like making the travel. So I literally went to the garbage dump. We have a real old school garbage dump here. I don't know if I've ever told.
okay.
It's literally just a place with almost like when you see in like maybe it's still like that in England, but when we watch Malcolm in the Middle, the garbage dump is just a fenced over place with just heaps of trash.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Heaps of trash, and in the cities of Almere, that's forbidden now.
Okay.
You have to go to a place where everything's you have to separate things.
Oh yeah.
You just go, you pay, and you throw things
Right. Yeah.
without the rule. And I took that laptop and I frisbeed it on like a 12-meter high pile of trash.
Right.
And I thought I didn't tell them.
Ah.
But believe me, that laptop was more worthless than I'd have to pay for the public transport to go there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing with computers that they don't have past a certain point. They have not even like scrap value.
Just done.
Yeah, I think if you have like piles and piles of them, you can extract the gold from the chips, but you need like a whole pile of computers to get a small amount of gold.
Thousands.
So unless you're recycling the computers, like a company that recycles, then yeah, they have no value.
Yeah.
Like I have a really old laptop that came from work. It was originally given to the salespeople, like before before like I don't know why they decided, but because they were traveling around selling things, these laptops were about the size of a like a regular paper notebook. So
Yeah.
only must be like maybe that 8-inch screen, maybe. But the entire laptop, when it folded down, was probably about 2 inches thick. Quite a thick laptop.
Yeah. Old one.
Very old one. But I got one of these because a lot of them stopped working and a lot of them got thrown away and chucked. Well, I kept one and it had Windows XP on it.
Yeah.
So I took the old hard drive out, put in a brand new SSD, only a cheap one, but SSD in there, and I put Linux on there, and it runs super quick now. And I was planning just to use it as like a little notebook thing to write stuff. Or
Another Citadel one.
I think the number on the end kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
Hey there, Sophia. How's it going? Stream is so nice, thank you. I made everything myself. I am proud of it all. Nothing needs changing.
That's not true. I made some.
Oh yes, I commissioned it all. All of this was my stream was all made by professional people. I am very happy with everything. I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, I feel like you asked me to. Is this the final version? Because without the jokes with the bots or not. Did you ask me to do some more, or did I end up doing that? Because you
No.
did ask me.
No, I think you've done everything there. Because see, you were looking at something for a while and you did the thing. So this is it. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the stream is all the overlays are perfect now.
Do you like Apex?
No. So I'm not really into battle royales. It's all very kind of sweaty stuff and
I enjoy battle royales, but I'm bad with hero-based game.
right. Yeah.
Because like when I play COD or Fortnite, I've done for a bit. You're all equal. It's all skill-based, you know. It all depends on what weapon you pick up, but you know,
True.
you're all the soldier dude or whatever. And I have a lot of hard time with doing a hero-based game where everything's so different and you're like relying on each other and you have to like really master the subset of skills of this hero. I just kind of want to go in like straightforward.
Yeah, I for a short time I liked playing Overwatch because that was like a team base rather than like a battle royale, and you kind of work as a team. Um,
Even those and like Team Fortress is for me very difficult to find out which hero is best for me, and then mastering it is very difficult.
True, yeah. And so with Overwatch, they kept adding extra ones and then changing the balance. So certain heroes were not so powerful anymore, but then other ones were more powerful. So yeah, and then they yeah. Crafted a shield that blocks 80 million% damage taken. Wow, dealer, that is a broken. You got mods running on that, or is it just how broken the game is now?
You playing Minecraft?
What do you say? Skyrim, pure
Oh,
vanilla Skyrim, and it's broken. Apparently, it's like the remaster edition. But yeah, I need to play Skyrim at some point, but it's a huge game. I don't know if I got that much time to dedicate to a game. Other than saying that, I put so many hours in Minecraft.
All I can say about the fact you want to play Skyrim is that you didn't like a certain other game,
True, yeah.
and it's that but with swords. So
Yeah. But then it's 3D though, so it's running around hitting things.
yeah,
Maybe I like it. I don't
I
know.
prefer Oblivion, the old one.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother has played all the Elder Scroll games. I remember him playing for ages, and then he eventually got Skyrim. And yeah, he's really enjoyed it. But then he likes all the Bethesda kind of stuff.
I'm a bit weird now with since I kind of got cured from my mental issues
Yeah,
2 years ago. Up until that point, I was really into any type of thing or game, be it Skyrim or tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons, where I could really immerse myself into the different world and take on like the really role-playing games with freedom when you go into the you are your other self. You know, you are really role-playing as that person.
yeah.
That I, for some reason, when I stopped being severely depressed,
Hmm.
I stopped having an urge to be another person.
Ah, yeah.
So I don't get much enjoyment anymore at anything that's too role playing.
Well, that makes
Yes, I
sense.
still play MMOs, but that's that I've just played to get the points,
Yeah, you like the loop in there.
and not to really immerse myself to be like, okay, now I'm this high elf sorcerer that goes into this world. You know, I really needed that when I was sick.
Yeah,
And I've also played Dungeons and Dragons and stuff with people, and then I noticed that the moment I was officially, and I agree with them, cured, that I was happy and stable, I lost all interest in games where I had to be someone.
yeah. You didn't feel you needed to escape from who you were or how you're feeling. You're
Do
quite
you want to build your future through streaming?
no. I do not. I do not want to build my future through streaming. No building shall be done apart from in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Only
So-
Minecraft building, no streaming.
I've got a lot of hours in Oblivion, also the older ones like Morrowind, also the Fallout games, all those types of games we really go in, and I've tried to go back to them, I just can't.
Oh,
And it's not like I stopped all RPGs. I still love Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy you already get a character. You're not your own dude. You're Cloud Strife or you're Leon or
yeah,
Titus,
yeah. You're following the protagonist through.
And
Yeah.
and then you follow their story. So I play those like I watch a nice movie, but in Skyrim, I was not on Earth. I was over there. I forgot the name of the Tamriel,
Yes.
and I named my character like myself, and I tried to make him look like me. But then he wasn't human. He was an elf, and he was actually happy. So-
Yeah.
and strong. And the moment I became happy myself, I just became a bit boring and grindy to me or something.
Hmm.
Not saying that all RPG players are depressed people, it's just what happened with me.
No, I can understand it being a connection there because, let's say you don't feel happy with your life at the moment, but you can go to this fantasy world and you can be happy there. You can be what you want. You can be sort of an adventurer, someone who can fight things, and it just kind of takes you away from things for a while.
Yeah, and I still like that, but it just has to be like someone has to write a good story, and I don't have to roleplay myself anymore. I just need to.
Well, yeah.
do it up to me and show me what Cloud Strife and Tifa are doing.
Yeah, you just go along for the ride, enjoy the story.
Maybe at some point I'll get into like I would find it hard to believe if when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, I will not buy it because of me playing all the others, but
Mm.
maybe not day one like I used to.
Yeah. It's either you love RPGs, not for the role playing, but because I like seeing my stats go up every level. Do you
Yeah,
like?
I'm like that now as well, but that's why I come back to the MMOs.
Yeah, you have the numbers type of autism. That's cool. Yeah, I like seeing numbers go up. Like I was stuck up, like addicted to WoW because as I just want to get my character up to the next level. Um, and just kind of like I want to be to the next level, and you kind of grind and grind and grind, and you eventually level up and go right. Now I can do this dungeon, and then get my character even higher, and it just continues on. Yeah,
That's why I like FF14 because at least it has a story.
yes,
Because I love the WoW lore, but you don't really get much from it.
no,
While you play. Yeah, you get much from it. But like I said, I haven't played WoW since Cataclysm came out, so maybe it changed. You know, maybe I'm saying dumb things now, but back then, the first 3 expansions was just grind, grind, grind.
yeah. They really drawn out the lore in WoW. That there's so much going on, and they just said, well, we need to kind of stretch it out to cover several expansion packs.
Oh, this is important. You need a better logo, some emotes, which is very
Yeah.
fun. These bots don't even see when they're not in affiliates.
Mm.
Maybe a banner, badges even.
Yeah, even badges. Yeah, for a non-affiliate, that's an essential thing to have.
You could like make stickers and put them somewhere near your webcam, maybe.
Yeah.
I do wonder why they always skip me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether they might think your stream looks a bit more professional.
No, they don't watch anyway. That's not it. It's bots.
You get all the viewer bots.
I get the viewer bots here. The only thing I can figure out is that maybe I've been. Maybe they check out how long someone is an affiliate.
Maybe.
And though yes, I had my long break. So maybe because you're not an affiliate, you're by the bots picked up as someone that hasn't been streaming long, so probably doesn't have stream graphics.
It's true. Probably they probably consider me to be not a long-term streamer, but I've been streaming for
Yeah, I know.
God knows
But
how.
bots, you know, they.
Yeah, they look at a metric. They go, okay, not many viewers, sort of not an affiliate, so maybe they're not so sort of.
Maybe like my affiliate count, like. Also speaking of that, and the same for Lisa. Lisa and I got affiliate long time ago, and then we both took long breaks. Lisa even longer than mine, huh? Twitch always said you need to stream at least once a year to keep your affiliate.
Right.
You go offline.
Oh,
take
okay.
it away. But neither of us they ever did, and both of us, especially Lisa, have had longer breaks than 1 year.
Yeah.
So they either do that by hand and they just, you know, it's too much work for them to check out who streams or not, or their bot is very bad.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. Now the only thing I can maybe think about that is that in a way they still earn money from both of us because this one friend I was telling about that's still in high school, he liked to. He watched me on Gleamash, but subscribed to my Twitch because, like the heck of it, you know, he was like, okay, I cannot do it on Gleamash. Here's my Prime
Yeah.
on Twitch, and I gave my Prime a lot to Lisa's account. Just because I mean the only reason I can think of I did was that I could use some more custom emotes. Because Lisa's are a lot like mine, in my opinion, like feel and style wise, and a lot of people I know have very crappy ones. Like I'm paying, I want something. Like I have some. I'm not gonna say names, even though I know they're not in chat, but I've got some friends that I really like, and I wouldn't mind giving a sub boost from time to time. But then I look at their emotes, and I'm like, it just feels bad paying for that.
Right. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, that's a matter of taste, and that's a matter of bad quality. And this is like people that don't even like make them transparent. That I have like, let's say, a random skull with a white square behind. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm even afraid of accidentally using that in someone's chat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd feel ashamed. That's just lazy.
Yeah.
And even if you don't even need to have like programs for that, you can do that in MS Paint.
Yes.
I don't know what it's like in Windows, but on Apple you can even do that in just your the program that you view photos in.
Okay. Yeah. 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 It's photo viewer.
Yeah, you can literally say like make transparent.
Oh.
That's just and even if you don't, there's free websites where you just say like here's an image, kill the whites. Or that sounds racist, but I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
Yeah. On that note, probably should wrap up the stream anyway. Before we get banned.
Yeah, that's your reason.
No, no, no. Getting tired now, so yeah, I'll go get some rest.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, had a lot of fun in Minecraft, and Nix and I both enjoy Minecraft, so there's no rush on Stardew. But if it's ready to go, then we can give it a go.
If I'm honest, I'm more in the Stardew mood.
Yeah,
I don't mind not playing it because I'm like I can start my solo whenever I want, of course.
yeah,
So, but that is something that's holding me off. So, like, because I'm like, let's not start a solo because we're going having. I don't like having multiple saves just playing at the same time because I forget in which part I have what,
yeah.
But so if you two tell me like, okay, coming next week we will be doing no Stardew, then I'll just know that and I'll start as solo, maybe even in 20 minutes. Minecraft next couple of weeks.
I don't mind. So if Stardew's ready to go, then I'm quite happy. How are you feeling, Nix?
Yeah, I'm good to play Stardew.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to finish on Minecraft, or you happy?
I'm
for
just finishing it now.
Okay.
I'm okay with it, and if any of you ever feel like building or finishing something, I can give you the login for the website that turns the server on.
Sure.
And if you don't feel like that, it's very easy for me even on my phone to turn it on. So a quick DM will have it on in 5 minutes.
Sure. Okay.
So you don't have to worry that you cannot play unless it's Monday.
Of course. Yeah.
But if you want, I'll add do with it what you want, but I'll just add the login into our private chat.
Of course. Yeah.
Our 4-way private chat, and I'll pin it. So if you ever want it, then like my mod light that sometimes plays with us also has the account. So I don't care.
Cool. Okay.
There's no payment info or something for me there anyway.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks for playing with me today. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the game.
Cool. Cool. And should be on Wednesday doing some coding stuff. So might see you there.
Next Monday is going to be the same stream.
Yeah.
Only you. Well, maybe Lisa.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Yeah.
You can always last kick. We will do the Stardew mod because, like I said, I'm in a mood, so I will play myself anyway.
Yeah.
So the Stardew will be fixed within 2 days. But
Oh, you
Yeah,
didn't even come and see
my-
what I was doing.
Oh. Hang on. Let me jump back into Minecraft.
My biggest issue currently with the Stardew mods updating is that it still gets like a new, quite major mod killing updates like every day.
Yeah. I see. That's the only thing that I'm happy to hold off until we're sure. But if you feel it's good to go, then
Yeah, I'm thinking to cool down this week because Concerned Ape also needs a break at some point.
yes.
No, but like, um, I never mind any of the games. So whenever, even like last minute, you tell me like, hey, oh, this is nice.
It's jumping back in. I got distracted. I was going to do it. Ah,
I like the crops with the water in between.
Jinky, could you go back to gaming screen so then I can see Nexus creation?
sure.
Because I
I'm so
actually-
used to streaming, I literally wanted to say just watch mine, but
Yeah.
It's opening up Minecraft again because I quit. And just Microsoft decided to be a bit funny about it.
Ah,
yeah,
of
that
course.
was-
Come on.
that was
Oh,
nice.
that's
I love the house design with like the two side roofs and then the one in the middle.
A
joining
couple
back
of days ago, I was like panicking because my laptop screen wouldn't turn on.
in. Ah,
And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna connect it to my second screen and see what happens then. And then Microsoft literally decided to only have the second screen work, and that was why my laptop didn't go on.
ah. Right, can you remind me how I jumped to Nick? 'Cause I can't remember the.
Tele-
Flash? Teleport?
Slash.
Oh, which key is it? Sorry to bring up the chat.
slash,
Forward slash
Or slash?
I can try.
Oh yes.
TP.
teleport,
TP.
and then you get, if you do space after the word teleport, you can click on any of us. You can teleport to me or Nix, doesn't matter with it.
Okay. Teleport. Oh yeah, it is. Oh. Oh, this is
Oh,
cool.
wow. Oh, that looks great.
Then you've got the whole farm going on there and here. We've got shed.
Well, if you watch there, when you're done watching, also come quick to my two creations of today as well.
Okay.
Otherwise I'll go quick fly and then then it's then we can teleport.
Good thing I didn't create anything new. I just had people fight for 3
Oh.
hours.
You
It's
know, there's this
amazing.
one. Now I remember every time I fly past Nick's awesome castle with the garden and there's the Hug Junkie head. It reminds me of something. And now I know. There's this post-apocalyptic movie about a flying head that. Yeah. The Piccolo and. Piccolo and.
Oh yeah. Ah, that's cool.
Epic. I love them both.
Yeah, the others are old.
Yeah. Awesome.
I love how much smaller Vegeta is.
But that's legit.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about the same size as Goku in that sense.
Now Goku's taller. I need to look him about that.
This is Kid Goku.
Ah.
I think it's moving.
Nah, because he's Vegeta size, it's Kid Goku.
Zardos it was, yes. Zardos is a movie about a big flying head, like the
Ah.
humanity is divided between some kind of like sophisticated people and like wild people outside of the gates, and there's this big giant head that drops weapons, so they keep killing each other to contain.
Yeah, I think I've seen, if not the whole movie, I've seen clips of the movie.
So every time I go past your flying head, I had to think of something, and now I remember of Zardos.
Ah.
It has this very the actor had a very specific the main character a very specific outfit that has been memed a lot.
Hmm.
Maybe you've seen that. It's horrific, but
Ah,
it,
cool. Oh, yes, yes, yeah.
yeah, that's Carlos and then the flying head with it. Yeah, the flying head even has a beard, so that's why.
Ah. Right, gonna go off the line for real then.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
thanks for games. I will send the info for all if I haven't already in.
Cool. Okie dokie.
Yeah. Thanks for the games and
Thank
good
you.
night.
Have a good night. Enjoy your week. I'll speak to you on Wednesday, hopefully.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, and
Bye.
I'll speak to you shortly next.
Yeah, speak to you short.
That's all. That's it, folks. Good night. Thanks for streaming. Thank you, Dealer. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me out with the bubble lift. That was cool. Take a bunch of Adderall and play 6 games at once. Maybe at one stage. Not right now. Warhammer that steals every one of my victims' souls. Nice. Right, I'm going to get some rest now. Hope you do too. I'll be back on Wednesday doing some game dev stuffs. Hope you can join me for that. This Friday, no stream again. It's probably easier to assume that Friday streams are kind of not happening until they are. Because I'm always, especially this time of year, everyone is organising things. Things are always happening each Friday, so it's when I can do a Friday stream, I'll do one. Anyway, hope you enjoy your week, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. Hope you have a good night. Good night.